on twitch.tv/PBKC Poker. I'm joined tonight by another esteemed colleague. My name is Mike Jameson, and tonight I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Noah Carbone.
Oh, thanks for the kind words, Mike, and the amazing avatars.
That is, like,
I guess that's me.
Everybody's doing this now. I don't understand it. I probably won't do it, but I'm so glad I look younger in that picture.
You do. You definitely look younger in that picture. Let me give a quick rundown of what these guys are playing. So this is Vinny's game. Vinny likes to have his boys come in and they play this game. Pretty regular downstairs. It's a 5, 10, 20 no limit hold'em game with a 2,500 max buy-in.
Okay.
So it's one of the bigger games that plays on a consistent basis. We spread it. Come on in, put your name on a list if you're ever interested in playing in it. It usually goes 5 or even 6 nights a week.
Oh, wow. Wow. So let's run down the players right now. In the seat 1 is going to be Billy. In seat 2 is Vinny. In seat 3 is Josh. Seat 4 is going to be Joe. Jerry's in seat 5. Eddie is in seat 6. Jack is in seat 8 right now. And Steve is in seat number 10.
Yeah, a couple later rivals. They'll be rolling in here shortly. A couple fill-ins. You know, guys are wrapping up whatever business they have for the day and get ready to settle in for a night of poker. 8-handed is a pretty good game. Pretty solid game. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's easier to follow. We are going to try to have chip counts tonight. We have a spotter taking the chip counts tonight. Of course, as we always do, we want to thank our staff here, Josh, Jamie, of course, Noah. Noah is the poker room director / assistant general manager. And you still like that?
You got it right that time.
You like that?
You got it right.
The other night I said assistant to the regional manager. I don't think he likes that much.
The Office, if you're an Office fan, you like that.
Say hi to Buttered Waffles is here. We also have Fire Fever and Steffi Mo. Steffi Mo is an employee here, isn't she?
Steffi Mo is,
Schmerz.
I believe, Schmerz.
Yeah, that's Schmerz.
That's great. No, we like everybody staying active in the chat, and I think they're going to have some stuff to talk about here tonight. So if you look at some of these stacks, everybody came in between 1K and 2.5K, 1K being the minimum to get into this game. Obviously, we have different games downstairs, and we will spread other smaller games on the stream, but these guys were so excited to be on here that, yeah, we said, what the heck, let's let it fly.
Yeah, what the hell, you know? Oh man.
Wow.
Oh, this is for mature audiences. Did I remind people when we took the air that this is for mature audiences? Skylar's checking in. How you doing, Skylar? Hope you're doing well. He's one of our great dealers here at PBKC.
So what you see early here is you're seeing some small pots. Everybody's settling in. They're feeling it out. Does it change because they're on camera? I don't know. But basically, you're not seeing a ton of action early going. But as this game rolls on, you're going to see some stuff that will either applaud or you make your head scratch your head.
Exactly. As the drinks start flowing, I think the money's going to start coming out. I think it's going to be a great time. And like Noah said, these are a group of guys that get together nightly and come here and have fun. You got Byrne checked in. I hope you're doing well too.
So our dealer, look at highly efficient, Brian.
Oh,
Brian
G. BG, Brian Gelrod. He's a great guy. He's a great dealer. Jeffrey Ninth Wonder. Is this where I watch Loki? That is Jeff Prince checking in. Jeff Prince is an employee. He's been here working at PBKC for well over 75 years.
That was your announcer guru at one point.
That was my idol for a long time. J-Mart is here. That's John Martin, from our friend from ESPN. Said the back of Brian's head is making me feel uncomfortable, and I agree. The fact that I have the same haircut as Brian doesn't make me feel good.
Very similar haircut. I'm not there yet.
No.
And I feel like I have a full head of hair around both of you guys.
Exactly. Yeah, you got about double the hair of me and Brian combined, but you'll get there someday, buddy.
So again, slow action. We're not seeing a lot of play post flop. Like I said, they're just getting settled in. But we're going to have plenty to talk about here. And I know, you know, you've been around the business for a couple years now, year and a half, 2 years. So as time goes on, you're going to learn more of the terminology.
Exactly.
But right now, I'm going to handle that.
Oh, yeah. Noah's going to do the play-by-play tonight. just a few nights ago, our first actual live stream that we did here on Twitch. I had Adam Schoenfeld. Adam will be back probably on Sunday.
He will.
As we do the main event of the Palm Beach Summer Classic, which is still in town until Sunday with some awesome tournaments.
We'll talk about this hand real quick. So we do have some action now. Vinny with the ace jack, Josh with the pocket 10. So we're going to see a flop and we're going to see some action. This might be the first larger size pot of the evening.
If I have to hesitate,
And we have multi-way action. Looks like we're going to go in with five-way hand. Pot almost 400, so this is where, you know, people start taking stabs at it. And Vinny flopped the world. Vinny with the top pair and a nut flush draw. So any club gives him the nuts. And we'll see. And he did check, trying to entice some action, and he might come over the top depending on what happens here. And Billy does get caught. Billy's in a pretty bad spot right here.
250 is the bet.
And Vinny's not really scared of any cards that could come off the deck because he has the ace of clubs, which will give him the nuts. So let's see what happens. I don't see Jerry's not going to be able to call here.
No.
Josh lays down pocket tens with the 10 of clubs.
I can't play my normal game.
So now we're going heads up.
Heads up, guys.
And Billy has 2 outs. He's a 10%er right now. And the only card in the 2 cards in the deck that could help Billy is either queen. And if you look in the top right, Mike, you can see Billy, it shows the cards, what outs are left. The table does register what cards are gone.
That's awesome.
And we have check. And then we have a bet. And he insta calls. Billy's looking him up. He said, I got to see what you have.
yeah, you actually surprised you. I mean, it's kind of scary when they're just calling before you know how much you're betting, though.
Yeah, that was. Vinny didn't even get out how much he wanted. So you have to be careful as a player sometimes. Vinny's in the process of making his wager. But meanwhile, Billy was calling. So what happens there is no matter what Vinny puts in the pot, Billy's now required to call. Very, very dangerous mistake he made in that spot, because as a floor person, you would come over and make that ruling and say, I wasn't finished betting, but Vinny was calling. And sometimes that's used as an intimidation factor. Billy's saying, I don't care what you put in there, slow down, I'm calling.
Actually, it's going to be in the small, guys.
Poker Joker 305 is here. He said he could have put the whole green stack in, and it's
Correct.
a call.
Poker Joker is correct.
Felt Life Poker says, Noah's on the mic. Everybody's excited to have you on the show tonight. You never know who's going to be calling the shots here on our Twitch page.
No, we may have a special guest on Sunday, depending on how he does in our main event. Zen, who finished at the final table of World Series of Poker 2 years ago. He was in the final 7. I think he finished 7th at the World Series of Poker main event, winning well over $1 million. He may be a guest commentator, depending if he gets eliminated.
That'd be awesome. Zen, Noah's talking about Zen Kai from right here. He's a local guy, and he's if you know. I mean, lucky for him, if he makes the final table, we'll be talking about him. If not, you might be able to hear him right here on the live broadcast as we stream on Twitch. Poker Joker says, I love playing at Palm Beach. Keep up the stream, guys. This was a great idea. Thanks a lot for checking in, Poker Joker, and we love that you enjoy playing here.
All right, so after that one big pot, they're getting settled back in now. But by all accounts, as this game goes on, it just gets more aggressive and a little more outside the scope. People get a little more creative in what they're playing and try to get creative with their cards, which I applaud. It makes for a good game.
Yeah. Nancy517 is checking in. She says, Steven. Obviously, she's talking about Steve in Steve 10.
Steve's a long time. Steve, I've been here 22 years, and I think Steve's been here almost equally as long. And it's funny watching Steve go from learning how to play cards and playing at the Kennel Club to playing in some of the largest games at the Kennel Club over his career. And he's really done well for himself.
That's awesome. I even know Steve. Even from my olden days as a Greyhound track announcer, I recognize Steve as a guy who's just been around here forever. Feels like he's been here since I've been here too, almost 27 years.
Was he a good handicapper?
I believe he was, yeah. I mean, I don't know why he switched to poker, but Steve's a great guy. He's a Cowboys fan. That's what Skyler said. So I don't know if he's. I don't know if you're going to be rooting for Steve tonight.
No, yeah. Go Birds.
Skyler.
Steve's all right.
Yeah, Steve's a great guy. Skyler's always checking in. He's one of the biggest Cowboys fans I know. And all I can say to Skyler is, I'm sorry.
Anybody need cocktails?
I have a tray full right now.
Oh, okay.
You hear the voice of Miss Mary. She's doing the cocktails tonight. Another longtime employee, does an absolutely fantastic job here. We are a big family here at PBKC.
Yeah, Mary's been putting in some serious time with our event and the crowd that we've been drawing. Mary's been saying super busy the past 10 days.
Oh yeah, she does absolutely a great job.
So we got a little action again. 270 call for Jerry. And Jerry mucks. Looks like we're going heads up.
Jack and Vinny going heads up here.
And you see suited cards, 10-8 of clubs against an overcards. And not much doing for Jack. I can't see. I think it's going to be a small bet for Vinny and Jack. Mucks it. So Vinny on a tear.
Yeah, Vinny is on a tear.
Joe will take it. If I could plead the straddle there, I would have took it.
So they'll put up updated stacks, and if you see, you watch as time. When next time Vinny gets a hand, it'll pop up and give exactly the amount he has. As you see, Billy has 1.9K now after starting with 2K. So it will give you updated counts as the game goes on.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we were missing on Sunday night in our maiden voyage here is chip counts.
Right.
We're working on that right now. We're working diligently. This is only our second live stream, and we are doing the best that we can. Just give us a little bit of time, and we're going to have everything down perfectly.
Right, we're pretty close, and adding the chip counts, especially when we hit the guaranteed tournament on Sunday, is really going to add to the presentation where people can follow along a little better.
Yeah.
So Eddie's got ace queen, and he raises to 140, and that's the correct thing to do. And
yeah, again, we got to mention that this is a mature show, only 18 and over. Again, this is a mature audience show right here on Twitch.
well, the viewers, they do hit the disclaimer, so
Yeah,
we don't have to.
Oh,
we
you
don't
saw
have to
it.
remind them, but I know when I believe when you log on, you go to our channel, it gives you a disclaimer. You're clicking. You've heard a little stuff at the tables before. It happens. I mean, they're cheering now. Here we go.
This is a great group of guys that all seem to like each other, all seem to play on a regular basis, and I only have a feeling that there's going to be more F-bombs dropped throughout the night.
Right, but it's a friendly F-bomb.
It is.
It's the ones that are like, you know what? Amongst friends, an F-bomb. We do ask the players at the tables, like, hey, try to refrain. Games such as this in a private setting, a little bit different, but we do ask them, especially at our tables. We ask them to go
They're
ahead
not cussing at each other. They're not cussing
No.
each other out. They're just everybody gets excited when they have a good hand or a bad hand.
Yeah, I have a semi-rule. Somebody loses a $5,000 pot.
Yeah.
He could buy himself one.
Yeah, exactly. Would you consider putting their seat number next to their name? That's one of the things that we did the other night. We're just working on that. Thank you again for J-Mart for a great suggestion.
We can't.
What happened tonight is we actually promised everybody a live stream at 6:15, but sometimes as poker goes, people started trickling up. We only started, 10 minutes ago.
You got two, and somebody else would have done that.
Dealer still Brian. Brian's a Great friend and a great dealer here at PBKC.
Here, we'll just take it.
Liked by almost everyone,
50% or better.
50 or 60%.
This would get on the map.
There's Miss Mary serving them up.
Just wants to do the right thing.
Nobody doesn't like Miss Mary.
Raise.
Jack comes in with an ace queen, makes it 100.
100 is the bet.
And he wins a small pot. One of my favorite poker quotes.
It is. Oh, really?
It's better to win, well, I didn't get to the quote. It's
Okay.
better to win a small pot than to lose a big one. Basically what they're saying is, if you have the best hand,
Yeah.
take what's there if you can. Otherwise, you could get yourself in a bad spot, get all your money in there, and go busto.
I totally understand.
I believe it might have been Doyle that said that it's better to win a small pot than to lose a big one.
I even know who that is.
You do.
I do. Let me run down the seats right now for J-Mart. Seat 1 is Billy, seat 2 is Vinny, seat 3 is Josh, 4 is Joe, Jerry's in seat 5, Eddie's in seat 6, Jack is in seat 8, and Steve, who is a Cowboys fan, is in seat number 10. One of the things you might notice here is you're actually going to hear the players, and one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to bring you into the action. One of the things we feel like is lacking in other poker shows and live streams is the fact that you don't get to hear the players, and they are really the stars of the show, and a lot of the players have great personality here at PBKC.
They do. They're really the show, and we have the pleasure of walking around a room during the day and listening to some of the conversations, and you're getting people from all over the place, all walks of life, talking about all different things. Billionaires playing at the same table as somebody who lives down the street, and it's an amazing group, and to hear some of the just the knowledge that they spread around the table. A lot of it's not knowledge, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
A lot of it's like insanity, but it's nice to interact with all the different personalities.
Domp 1962 said, "Go Miss Mary." Another big Miss Mary fan. Everybody loves Mary here at PBKC.
So now you see they're putting a $50 straddle on a button. So basically what that means is it's now $50 to call. So he's basically raising blind before the action starts, and now the small blind is forced to act first, and so on and so forth, rather than under the gun. Okay. It changes a little bit. You'll learn as time goes on. It makes the gameplay a little bit bigger. So if you see the seats, when it talks about cutoff and it talks about under the gun, that's actually exhibited in some of our graphics. You see Steve right now is in the cutoff. And Billy on the button.
How many times did you try to wake you up?
I didn't try once.
So pot's $2.95.
She was like throwing chips in the cup holder, like, and I heard it, but I wasn't letting it be.
Was Q there at the time?
175.
I think it's great that it says the outs right up on the top.
I think that's one of the most important things, especially for players who are learning the game or trying to learn the game. Steve actually fires at that one, takes one down without a challenge, and it's a good bet he just picked the pot off. But the outs listed gives somebody an insight to actually what cards they can catch. Now, the ones that are blanked out and grayed out, we know that they're not available, but the other guy may not know.
No idea.
That's some of the folded cards. So that's what you have to keep that in mind as you see these. They may think their cards are live. They may not be. We know that as viewers.
I was behind him while he was doing that. He always was recording his
Buddy, every time I beat up with him, he shows me so many poker hand stories and records.
60.
Sometime tonight I want to take the chance and congratulate a gentleman we talked about a lot on the show on Sunday. It was a man named Raminder Singh. We call him the Raminator. That's the nickname they gave him. And actually, he finished third in the contest on Sunday, the $100,000 multi-flight weekend tournament. Then he came back on Tuesday. He won the noon tournament, and then he stuck around and won the 6 o'clock tournament. So the Raminator right now is on fire. We're talking to him a lot. He's a great guy, has a lot of great stories, and I want to congratulate him.
No, he's one of South Florida's better players, if not one of the best players. And when you run like that, where you win, you make a final table, and then you win consecutive events, that's not just getting lucky.
No.
That's making some plays and doing some things. Obviously, was on his side slightly, but to put up results like that truly shows what a player he is.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you don't see guys win 2 tournaments in a day. I mean, I haven't been around this business that long, but
And we got a little bit of a pot here.
Oh, you left already?
No, I seen it.
Oh, you saw it?
It was like right when I was leaving.
400 is your best.
Eddie's betting out to a pot right now, and it's a stone cold bluff. He missed everything. He's looking to make a straight.
She had ace queen.
that's
And
Eddie in
if-
seat number 6.
And if Eddie makes his call, he's good. As you see the check mark, his hand's already good, but now he's faced with a $400 bet to find out.
I mean, I'm telling, like, when he check flopped, he check called the flop, I was like, he's
Yeah, Vinny's in a tank right now. He's thinking it through. He's trying to figure out what can I beat, what hands can I beat,
and then she got that.
and he figures out that there's not many, and he lets it go. So that was a great bet by Eddie. That's the only way he could win that bet.
Because he's loaded. You did the same thing on the turn. Check off. She just
Right now, we currently have about 44 viewers viewing our live stream. We want to thank each and every one of you for watching right here at PBKC. This is only our 2nd live stream ever, and we're glad that you're along with us. You're watching a 5, 10, 20 no-limit hold'em cash game, max buy of 2,500 right here at PBKC.
And go ahead and take a second to hit that follow button if you haven't, so you can get notified when we go live in the future. That'll keep you updated.
Oh, the Poker Joker loves this dealer, said he's funny. Do you think he really knows Patrick?
I think Patrick may be paying people.
Patrick, we actually had Patrick fill out a player info card the other day, and it's pretty much all about Noah. It says his the thing he likes the most, his hobby, is watching the Eagles lose. I knew you'd like that, Noah.
I was like, bro, I think I might.
Yeah, but that was strong. That was strong comment by Patrick Tiller. We won't get into the Patriot Falcon situation. We just come back at him with that anytime he throws any of that out there. We just shut it down.
Well, the 28-3, yeah.
Yeah,
he's not
we
gonna
just
top
shut it right down.
Well, they just lost their best player too.
Lost 1,500. Jack.
Yeah, Steffi Mo, Patrick, and Brian are the dealers tonight.
I heard you came in and wrecked it.
Young Gravy 01 says Bill M.F. Baker.
I think I shot it.
Oh, wow.
He knows Billy in seat number 1.
Who's chasing?
Let's run them down again. Again, seat 1 is Billy M.F. Baker. And seat 2 is Vinny, and 3 is Josh. Joe's in 4, Jerry's in 5, Eddie's in 6, Jack is in 8, and Steve in 10.
We're still waiting on a couple late arrivals, but they'll be here shortly.
I looked at him before I got dull. Oh, man.
Billy, I love you. That's what Young Gravy says.
Give me that 50. Give me that 50.
Josh in a cutoff, which is the one right before the button. The seat right before the button. He makes it 50, and
Buddy, where's Buddy?
Trying to take my pot, bro. It's my strategy.
he does get called by Joe. And there's Joe's hand.
Check's good. Buddy.
See, that's the thing about Ace King.
Call.
Pocket threes, you have a hand. Ace King, you don't really have a hand quite yet.
No.
But it is a coin flip. It's 50-50 typically.
Move it, season, Joe.
And he has a
Yep,
bunch of
no,
outs.
it's just no good. Come on, ship it. Don't try me.
He says ship it.
For the camera. Hey, guys, see that? Auto scoop.
Oh, look.
Auto scoop, he says.
You got me on that?
Hey, another Ace King victim. There you go.
Yeah. That's the one thing we
Hey,
know
see
about
that?
streaming live is, some players are just not going to feel comfortable knowing they're on TV constantly.
He looked, seat 4 looked like he just tried to almost lick seat 3 at one point.
Oh,
He made a
there he
motion.
is. That's what I was waiting for.
Who do we have here? New arrival.
For 2 seconds, your card's got to be in the box. Put him in the box.
Sorry, bro.
Queen 6, dude.
Huh? Of course I won, bro. What? You won,
So we have a new player coming in seat number 7.
You gotta pay the tariff. The tariff on the move.
Chico Ed is also a Billy fan. Billy's the man, so is Young Gravy.
You want me to get up? Yeah, I mean, kinda.
All right, 3 players.
Oh, that's
Feeling kind of lazy.
As we're live streaming, we're trying to find out exactly who the new player is.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, Eddie, you gotta fill out one of those too real quick.
so we have another Eddie.
Chips also.
Oh, this is going to get
Eddie,
confusing.
it will. We'll call him
Oh, look, you trying to be like me? God damn.
Other Eddie or
Eddie 1 and Eddie 2.
Eddie
Yeah,
1?
we'll call it Eddie. It'll have to be Eddie.
Same thing we had the other night. We had 2 Steves at the table. That's it seems like something that continues to happen here. Put me in, coach, says Scotty.
You probably get
There wasn't even like a. I know how to get that.
2 mics at the table once in a while. Probably not 2 Noahs.
No, no.
Did you know that Noah was the #1 name for children like the past 2 years running?
See, I don't understand that.
Right. So it's no longer Noah, the weird name. It's Mike.
Yeah,
Mike
it's-
is like, whoa, what's your name again?
What's Mike? You know, it's girls being named Mike now.
Oh.
Steffi Mo says, one-handed Scotty. Scotty said, put me in, coach. You know, when we had kids, my wife and I, you know, you look up the popular names. I don't want my kid to have a popular name. I didn't want my kid to be a Mason or a Noah or something like that. Or you know, if I had a girl, an Emma or one of those real popular names. That's why I named my youngest kid Dalton, because my favorite movie is Roadhouse.
Okay. Not Andy Dalton?
No, no, not the Red Rocket or whatever they call it.
Hey, we could do like a little flip for the camera. No, but I'll leave
Again,
it
the
all.
dealer now
We
is
have a
Patrick Tiller.
Fourth and end up chopping at the end.
Of hand here. The players were a little bit.
For Paulie, I'm just gonna end up losing.
Buddy, I love flips. Like, I mean,
New Eddie will be coming back to the table soon.
Yeah, they're getting new Eddie settled in. Maybe an info sheet.
Hopefully. Let's hope that new Eddie gets himself a nice info sheet so we can find out more about him.
No, they're not rigging the game, so there's no way to.
I feel it.
Hey, if you like the stream, go ahead and follow. Tweet it out.
Hey, our buddy Jesse's listening right now. He said, go Birds. Jesse's from Signed Icon. He owns his own shop downtown West Palm Beach. He also helps us run the card shows. We have PBKC sports card memorabilia shows here every last Sunday of the month.
It was a pretty good turnout for the last one. Some of the cards that were there were just absolutely incredible.
Ridiculous, yeah.
$30,000, $40,000, $50,000 cards.
Yeah, we're already planning for the next one. It's going to be June 27th. I'm telling you, it's sneaking up. I'm working on a Facebook page right now for the card shows, just because they've gotten so popular.
So Josh started with a K. He's down to 620. I think one of 2 things will happen. He'll get involved in a hand and rebuy or double up somewhere.
I mean, that was a really good.
Brian's setting up Eddie with his chips right now.
Okay with that.
25.
ADEA, right? ADEA.
That wasn't a bluff. I thought it was best hand. My bad.
Pot's up to 205 now.
Billy can't possibly call. And Billy doesn't call. Billy raises.
Yeah, I had a hand that you could pick up.
And he takes it down. Strong move by Billy. Basically with air, 4-7. And that's the thing about no limit hold'em. And I don't pretend to be a professional no limit hold'em player. Oh, we have another new player.
We have another new player. They're just sneaking up on us now. Wow, it's a full table now. Oh, is that a full table? It's almost a full
It
table.
is. We're full. We're at
Oh, wow,
10-handed
we're
now.
at 10-handed.
We're at 10-handed, so that will change the game a little bit. The value of your hand with 10-handed actually goes down because there's more hands you're up against.
Of course, yeah.
If you can follow me. I know you say of course, but
No, I totally understand that. It's all the other stuff you say.
$16.
so, so Paulie's in.
Okay, that's Paulie.
Paulie's
Nice.
a regular in all our pit games.
Frog.
Paulie's not looking too clean shaven today, but Paulie's not from the South either. You'll hear.
No, okay.
Paulie, he's from the city.
Okay, I heard it already. That's one of the things you're going to love about our live streams here on Twitch is that you're going to be able to hear the players, and that's one thing that we enjoy listening to, and we got a lot of personalities here.
I can't even.
Paulie come right in, splash in the pot. Vinny, I know.
It's just easier to eat. The chicken's gonna be hard to eat, you know? Whatever, chicken nuggets is just easier to eat.
No,
It looks
no,
like a little.
Steffi Mo asking the players here, you guys. No, they can't. We're actually on a 15-minute delay, which if you realize like 15 minutes, it's like so much can happen in 15 minutes. So everything that you're watching now actually happened 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're traveling back in time.
We are. We have a flux capacitor and what is it, Doc Brown, and you can be Marty, and we're going back to the future, guys.
I think Jack in Seat 8 kind of looks like Marty McFly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Paulie.
He does.
Paulie. Restraddle.
Straddle 50.
That's how you see that they have fun the whole time.
Yeah.
There's money flying around the table. They treat it like a sport. I mean, if sometimes you see, you know, in the NFL, players, you know, hugging each other after a game or whatever. It's very similar to what they do here.
Yeah, one of the things Noah told me when I first started in the poker room at the first day of the year, January 1st, was that the players here like each other. There's a lot of camaraderie. Everybody gets along. They just absolutely enjoy being around each other, and you can definitely see that at this table.
200. That'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah, 88 miles an hour, Poker Joker. Poker Joker 305 says, you guys went 80 miles an hour in the DeLorean to get the stream? No,
Incorrect.
It was 88. I'm one of those people that I really don't care for Back to the Future 3. I'll be honest with you, but if I see Back to the Future 1 or 2 on at any time of the night, I'm going to watch it. I think we all have movies like that.
There's absolutely no way.
See, there's a little bit. They're playing so fast here.
Oh, it's a very quick game. Miss Mary's coming around again.
It didn't matter what the flop was, I was shipping it no matter what.
Go ahead, Miss Mary, get these guys anything they want.
I was like, I get the call like.
Mike's buying.
Nope, not me, buddy.
So Vinny's under the gun now.
You okay there, guy?
You guys will still be starving.
Probably.
We actually have people writing to me right now on Twitter asking how they can get on the live games. Everybody really wants to get on the live games.
So, okay, we have this event, and then we have another game scheduled for Friday.
Yep.
We have a game trying to be scheduled for Saturday.
Okay.
Then we have our championship event, final table on Sunday.
Yep.
After that, we're going to start posting a list and asking players if they would like to join us on a stream. So that's exactly what this is intended for. We like to meet our players. We like to bring them out. We like to hear what they have to say. We like to hear the conversations. We like to have them get a chance to play on this amazing table and this amazing setup. So absolutely moving forward, we will have those lists available.
Oh, for sure. And any information you need, come right to the poker room and ask us, or any information you need about our poker room here at PBKC. You can go to our website anytime at pbkennelclub.com.
Very big pot. Joe's all in for 385. And Billy 775 calling folds. Jerry takes. Joe takes that one down.
I smell French fries. You smell French fries? Really good French fries. Really good food here at PBKC. We actually have two restaurants, Terrace, which is right here on the second floor, and more fine dining in the Paddock Restaurant. And the Paddock Restaurant also has surf and turf weekends every Friday and Saturday night starting at 6 p.m.
What an amazing deal.
It's awesome. Buy one entree, get one like half off. It's
Amazing.
you know, they got really good deals in the Paddock Restaurant. It's actually really good food.
Yeah, I know.
No, Jack. Yeah.
Poker Joker said I'd play a 2-5 or a 1-2 if you guys are going to do one.
Absolutely, Poker Joker. We will have those games posted, and we will fill those. Everybody welcome.
Definitely. The more personalities, the better.
Yeah, bring your loudest shirt.
Is it legal? Me too. He's allergic to check.
75.
Yeah, yeah.
Heads up.
They're talking to each other right now about the Twitch stream.
It's created a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people excited about it. This is very similar to the production you would see on any of the big shows.
Of course.
And who doesn't like to see themselves on TV?
Nice hand.
Queen eye.
This was actually the brainchild of the gentleman I'm sitting right
Look at
next
that.
to.
That was a Paulie takes down 335. As you see, the software is so intuitive. Plus 335. It shows it goes into Paulie stack. It'll now calculate, keep track of what he has moving forward. Truly amazing. It's truly amazing. We'd like to thank the guys at Gorilla Gaming for bringing in the setup. Gorilla Gaming provides all the tables for the World Series of Poker. We said we want to bring that style of stream to the Palm Beach Kennel Club. And 3 months later, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, Noah mentioned this to me a long time ago about trying to set this up. And, this was his brainchild. I give him most of the props. Josh did a lot of work too.
Josh did a lot of work, and he doesn't have to carry around a ladder. He can just reach the cameras with his hands.
Exactly. Josh, a.k.a. the tall guy, a.k.a. the mayor of the poker room.
He's gonna come next year with a sponsorship.
They're talking about bringing their sponsors here. Great opportunity. If you have your own company,
Yeah,
go ahead, put it on there.
why not?
World famous. Paulie waking up with hand after hand here.
Paulie jumped in feet first. He really did.
He did. He's like, you know, I'm going to roll in late, and I'm not going to slow down. Here he goes, he says.
Imagine 8888 says, we're stepping our game up and said, this is dope. We can't wait for you to come out here and play at the live table too. As Noah said, we're going to have a sign-up sheet probably starting next week. We're going to work on a schedule too. We actually have a big meeting about this on Friday that we're going to talk a lot about the Twitch and the streaming table.
So there's not much to scare Paulie. That flop, there wasn't a lot to scare him there, and he did check, and then Vinny just fires out. He says, you know what, I'm going to try to take a stab at this. Paulie's going to defend, but now he's playing defense. And now with the ace coming, that slows down Vinny, and then Paulie should just Paulie fire out here. Oh, they check it down, and he just calls it, and he says he wins. Here's Paulie again.
MJ Smith 1994 says, we love you, Billdozer. I like that name.
The guy looks like a Bill
He
Dozer.
does.
I roll in and like, Billy coming. Well, which Billy? We have a lot of Billies here at Palm Beach Kennel Club. Is it like Billy Flock? Is it Billy the umpire? Like, we're going through all these guys, and they're like, no, you know. Now we know.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's
the
Bill
Billdozer.
Dozer.
I love that name. That's. I don't know if he likes that name or not. I wouldn't call him that, but I think the Billdozer fits.
Well, a guy that big, you call him whatever he wants to be called.
Exactly. William, Billy, I don't care. He's probably a really nice guy. He has actually a lot of fans on the show right now watching our live stream on Twitch.
Raise to 125. 125.
Jacob's also checking in. That might be our Jacob that's checking in. He said all in.
You wake up with your 9 jack of diamonds.
Not even that. If I had 9 jack of diamonds, we'd already be at the flop.
Yeah, to get on the live streams, we're going to have a list that's going to be set up in the poker room, probably starting next week. I have a lot of people asking. One of the things that Noah taught me when I first started working in the poker room is that not all people, but some people really love to be on live streams. They like to have their picture taken. you know, they like to brag about which they've won, and I'm really starting to find that out now.
Right, and it's great. They get a chance to come and play in an environment like this on arguably the nicest table in South Florida. The production is amazing. We have people who work at production studios come in and say, "Wow, the setup," and anybody who's come and seen it, absolutely in awe. With that, we ask, and all we ask is that as you bring yourself here, you invite your friends and family to follow our Twitch.
Yeah.
So next time, they can see you on there.
It's the greatest thing. I mean, you know, the other night we had a gentleman named Trevin who ended up finished second in the tournament the other night, and his daughter and his son were watching it. It's just, that's so cool.
That's fun. That's fun. And they typically you wouldn't have that opportunity. So say you're playing and you make a final table without streaming setup like the Palm Beach Kennel Club has, which is the only streaming setup in South Florida.
Yeah.
You can't see. You can't say, hey, this is what I do.
Exactly.
So now your family and your children can understand, hey, look what Dad,
It's awesome. It
Look up.
really is.
Billy Dozer did.
Yeah. Look what Bill Dozer, Poker Joker said. Instead of the Greyhound Walk of Fame, change it to the PBKC Poker Hall of Fame or Walk of Fame.
That, in the future, we could have both. Nothing changes from the Greyhounds and when they ran. I mean, it was some tremendous times. I know you were very close to Greyhound racing, Mike, for all those years. All the commentating you did and calling all those races. You actually called the last race here at PBKC.
At midnight.
Had to be bittersweet.
Oh yeah, bittersweet. You know, all the Greyhounds found great homes, and that was the main thing to me. A lot of our Greyhounds are still running at other tracks, including Wheeling, Southland, Tri-State, and Iowa too. So it's fun to watch them. I actually adopted a Greyhound too. I go home tonight, whenever I get home tonight, and I'll have her whipping me with her tail, because Greyhounds have like this bony, like
They
chain
do.
link tail. It just beats the crap out of you.
Amazing, amazing animals.
So
Amazing
much love.
pets. So much speed.
Oh, so much speed, that's for
Right.
sure. We can't let her off the leash, I'll tell you that. What are the stakes? 10-20. Yes.
5, 10, 20. 3 blinds, and they have been straddling on the button, which really kicks it up a little bit.
And that's adding money to the button, like you mentioned before.
Correct. They're posting a blind on the button.
If I can learn poker, you can learn poker too.
True story.
Yeah, that's a true thing.
So Jack comes in. The pot's 165. Jack comes in with 3-4. And now he's involved now. He's going to try to make a hand, and he does. Not make the hand.
Yeah.
I thought that was a 5.
Yeah, the bulldozer is
He's
looking
he's
good.
bulldozing him right here, but another famous poker. You can't bluff with the best hand.
That's Jack you see in the, you know, he's one of the best dressed people here. He's the one with the Coke bottle glasses.
Bulldozer just checks it down, and he takes one down for
I
465.
thought we were just calling him.
He did that one for all the fans. Go Bulldozer.
They deal you in while you're gone.
You get a bunch of people.
Josh
Yeah.
is back.
I don't think you want anybody to know if you do root against Bulldozer.
No.
You're gonna
The crowd's been seeing what I got.
You're gonna see it. We were putting them here so that way you see it when you get home too.
Again in seat 1, it's Billy Baker. He's actually from Georgia. Likes to play golf. He's in sales. Actually had a $30,000 poker score for him.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah, Bulldozer.
I'm done getting.
His favorite quote is, "I call." I like
Double
that.
ups are happening. He's running hot.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And first hand back.
Vinny, what a great name for that guy. Look, like
Yeah.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Now, you give me 3 guesses, I'm guessing a Vinny.
Right, we'll just give you the faces and the names.
Yeah.
You're probably hitting Vinny.
The second name
You're
I
probably
go,
hitting Paulie.
Situation.
You might get Vinny and Paulie mixed up, but other than that,
Yeah.
nah.
As you can see, you can almost tell Vinny's from Rochester.
Right. The sound, there's no other sound like the chips splashing around. It's truly, and if you hear the amazing sound setup that's here, and you hear the chips clashing, and that,
I want you to
That's
feel like
truly-
you're here with us.
I feel like I'm here.
Ah, me too. We're actually kind of sequestered. we're over on to the side, and it is a 15-minute delay, and that's why it's the weirdest thing to be 15 minutes behind on everything. But that's how we have to do it for legal reasons here at PBKC. We haven't talked about seat 3. That is Josh. He's from Atlanta. Him and Patrick Tiller will get along. I think they're both Hawks fans.
We're gonna have a hand here. So Paulie wakes up with kings, Eddie with 9s. Eddie goes all in for 1.8K. Wow. Paulie's getting in there with that. And Jack has ace jack.
Yeah, I've seen the hand that me and Frog
And he thinks his hand's very good, but he's in a bad spot right now.
The Eddie that's all in is original Eddie.
The original Eddie all in. They're going. This is going to happen here. Doyle Brunson once described Nolan Hold'em as hours of boredom and seconds of absolute fear, or something close to that, where he's like, okay, nothing, 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 and here we are. Absolutely, all the money's going in right now. There's no other scenario here. No, Joe can't.
Yeah,
And Joe does call. That's a very big call for Joe. He goes all in for 1.3K, which is very, very surprising.
we didn't see this kind of stuff on Sunday night.
Oh, and he does have outs now. Oh, and
You have pocket queens?
I got a full house.
Eddie smashed the full house.
It's like, oh,
Pocket.
I am full house.
And the pocket 9s beat the kings.
I guess not.
And that's why we play the game. If the best hand held up all the time, nobody would show up.
That's a gutsy play from original Eddie.
I'm still drawing
Original Eddie was correct. It's hard to. You could put somebody on kings. Very strong. I think he fired right out for his whole stack. The questionable call. And I don't pretend to be professional here.
Okay.
Seat number
Eddie, I'll go
4
twice with you. Everyone else wants.
maybe could get away from that hand. More so than maybe. Go ahead and get away. Lay that down.
Man, you were tanking hardcore.
I was ready to fold, to be honest with you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Paulie's talking about folding kings, but that's not it, Chief.
original Eddie's got quite a stack now.
It takes one hand like that. Now, so if you can imagine, and as we talk about the hands getting bigger and the game getting bigger, what happens is, as more chips are bought in and accumulated by players, it's table stakes. Table stakes is defined as whatever chips you have in front of you remain in play until the time that you go home. So now that he has this monster stack, that's in play. So what will happen next is if somebody else develops a monster stack, now you have a situation where if the worlds collide, the monster stacks are going in together, which really creates a larger pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're worried about Jack and you. Yeah. When I get the good ones.
Adano 7878 says, "Go get him, Vin." Steffi Mo said, "Ship it," and Ritak 724 said, "Nice hand, Eddie." New Eddie, or original Eddie. I'm sorry.
Original Eddie.
You know why original Eddie? When with that gutsy call, he's unemployed. That's what he says.
That's what he put down?
That's what he says.
That's a very popular occupation nowadays.
Very popular.
He had no money, bro. Why didn't he make
It pays well.
What? Stuck in 12 with queen 10. I didn't wait for a pocket pair. I didn't wait for a pocket pair to stick it in.
Yeah.
This is the kind of action we were looking for right here.
So they're discussing the hand, and you know,
Yeah, that's it.
one of the sayings they say in poker is don't poke the glass, don't tap the glass, meaning if somebody makes a mistake on a hand,
You're not even straddling the button. What's going
that's
on?
okay. Let him make the mistake on the hand. Don't tap the glass and make him not make a mistake next time.
I thought when you said don't tap the glass, I thought you meant those poker rooms that have the things up,
Oh, the dividers?
the dividers.
That was, yeah. You don't have to worry about not tapping the glass at the Kennel Club because there is no plexiglass.
We never had plexiglass. And one of the things I got to mention, we are now mask optional. We've been that way for a while
It's
now.
been amazing. The players received it. Everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't, don't. And that's what the people wanted.
Yeah, Skyler's right. That's his name, actually his nickname. He actually put it down on the paper. Original Eddie's nickname is Frog. That's Frog. He likes disc golf.
Okay.
And he says he's unemployed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's got some cold
The
texture.
Frog.
It's got some cold
Oh, he leaped into that pot.
He sure did. Oh man, that was nice. You're listening to the man who runs the poker room. That's Noah Carbone. My name is Mike Jameson. Having a great time here on Twitch on the live streaming table right here at PBKC, 1111 North Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach.
No, 2 queens.
Buddy, if I had those cards, I went all in that. That was
Felt like
the
that gets called.
I just figured I had 2 overs against you. I know.
I think Jacob liked your picture. That was all Noah's
I
idea.
mean, like, why I called the other
Noah starts sending me pictures.
Listen,
this
here's
morning
what
with
you're
a
going to
little
get here
baby.
at the PBKC stream.
Yeah.
You're going to get some surprises,
Yeah, I know. Still
some
lost.
entertainment. You're going to get players. You're going to get the feel of what goes on here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Exactly.
This goes on here, on screen or
I'll
not.
put it back on just so
And there we are.
Sue is listening right now, and Sue loved that too. That was Noah. When I met Noah like 25 years
I
ago,
was an
that's
avatar.
That's exactly how he looked.
That was me in a Pixar film. That
was.
would be me.
That was Sue. I had a lot more hair when I met Noah about
All right, so
25 years ago.
we're going to get a hand here with Joe and Eddie. And Paulie's just in there again with Queen 7. He just gets
He's in,
involved.
man.
And the situation mucks. If you don't have a nickname, we'll give you one.
Oh yeah, we'll figure out one for you. In seat number 4, Polo Guy. New badges. Sue said that's what we should put on the new badges. I totally agree with that, Sue. Let's talk to Brianna about taking new pictures and making avatar badge
That would be the
pictures.
most amazing thing ever.
That'd be awesome.
Right. We'll get somebody to sign off on that.
It's Sue. We're going to get Sue to sign off on it.
275.
So, new Eddie, right? Not Frog.
No,
Wait, is
not
that
the frog, new Eddie.
new Eddie? He just bets out and takes it down.
Haven't heard a lot from new Eddie.
Eddie, back at the poker.
He's picking his places.
Back at it.
That's exactly what
3 movers here.
Josh said, is Eddie's back at it.
4. Buddy, I put in on that paper if you moving cross country, I'm your guy.
That's what he put as his slogan.
Yeah, Josh is talking about his bio. He put that he's a mover. I don't know if we're going to believe that or not. It says cross-country moving. If you need to move across this country, I'm your guy. He said his largest poker score was negative $500.
Well, it was a good day. Let's hope he could. Let's hope he could only lose 400 today.
Exactly.
And beat his record.
That's a regular?
Joe in seat 4, you can actually see him eating. He ordered some food. We have great food here. You can get food right here in the second floor poker room from the terrace. As you can see, he was eating it with a fork, and I just realized the other day why people do that. That's so they don't get any food on the cart.
That's it. It's nothing. They're not being bougie. They're just trying not to wreck the game.
It's not like he's not as eloquent as Q was.
Right.
Eating a chicken wing on a fork.
I
while
wish we
getting a
had that.
massage.
Maybe next show we'll have that. You could just bring it up and show everybody
wanna
what
have
the
a
proper way to
graphic.
eat with the fork.
I want to have the Q graphic where he's eating a chicken wing with a fork with his hat turned to the side while getting a massage.
So here he is. You see, there it is. The fork, the chicken,
Yeah,
proper.
yeah, that's a
Nothing worse than greasy poker cards.
It looks like a chicken strip. What's the bad beat up to these days? I
Ooh,
believe it's
335,000.
335. I can't even keep track. Steffi Mo, no, it's way up there. It's 335,000. Jacob actually sent out that email a little bit earlier today. I feel like I don't want to tell everybody because I really don't want that thing to get hit. I've never known a time working in this poker room where it actually got hit.
Oh, it's an exciting time when it does.
You were here when it got up to 500K that time.
I was here, and man, the excitement in that room, and I have some stories about it. I actually watched a hand unfold.
Wow.
That would have hit the jackpot, but somebody folded for $4.
Oh, wow.
It was $4,
Oh, God.
and they didn't know the situation they're in, but if they happened to call, the other player's card would have fell in the right spot,
Oh, my God.
and they would have they stood to make $500,000 collectively as a table. So I saw it unfold. They didn't fully see it.
Oh, wow.
I just go ahead and walk away.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to explain that to somebody. Be like, hey,
Nobody maybe has heard this story like the 10 or 12 years since that 500K.
it's been
Wow.
it's been a little bit of time.
Man, I'm telling
But
you.
it was something else. It was I saw it, and one card could change somebody's life.
That's unbelievable.
And that's available right now downstairs in the card room.
It is.
You can get in the game for as little as $20. It's actually, and this is, thanks for the follow. We have a, if you see in the top right, when you do
I
hit that,
just missed it.
you mash
Oh,
that
man.
follow button, it will put your name up on the screen.
Yeah,
And
it'll
we
tell
appreciate
us.
all the follows.
If I catch it, I will shout you out, I promise. But I'm
So
not
the
really
Bad
good
Beat
at that.
Jackpot is actually easier to hit than the Fantasy 5.
You told me that. I've actually used that on social media before.
So,
Check call.
yeah, what better place? And the Fantasy 5, you know, you make your wager and you get one shot at it. But basically, you can come in and each hand is another Fantasy 5 ticket times 3. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing. And all you have to do is be at the table to get a piece of that prize.
Imagine asked, live stream eligible for the high hands?
This game is not. So there's certain games. Bad Beat eligible games are games that we take a Bad Beat Jackpot where the players pay a portion of the pot goes towards the jackpot, $2 per pot. This game is such that it plays at a level that it's not included in there. So there's very few games that aren't included, but traditionally, yes, the games, all games, 95% of the games are included in the Bad Beat Jackpot.
That's awesome.
And you can even ask that when you come in and sign up at the front desk, Bad Beat eligible. The answer is most likely yes.
Most likely, yes. How happy are we to have Cynthia back? Cynthia is so awesome. Every time I see Cynthia, I just smile. She is the head host in the poker room. I actually wrote a story about her on our Facebook page. Look at our Facebook. I actually wrote a story today about Jennifer Howell from SportView. What I like to do is each week like to write a story about an employee. I've done Noah in the past and a lot of people from the poker room. And every week I try to pick somebody different to write a story about, just because I want you to get to know everybody here at PBKC, and you can check that out on all our social media. Search PB Kennel Club on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and we also have a Poker Room Twitter page at PBKC Poker Room.
Yeah, if you need updates and you want to know if the Bad Beat was hit last night,
Oh, yeah.
that's a place to go. So make sure
Oh, it
you
is.
smash that follow button. As the kids say, smash the follow button.
Smash it. We're talking about our set now. They're looking up to the lights and everything like that. We actually had a guy that came from a news channel to do a story on the full battle rattle that we had. What day was that? Sunday, which was all for a great cause. He said that the studio we have for our live streams is nicer than the studio that they have for their TV station. That's a big deal.
And they did an amazing job, Robert and the staff and everybody who built the set.
I know.
We've had a lot of big final tables there, but now we're able to take these big final tables and actually make memories for people that they can actually go back and watch themselves play it again, which is an amazing experience.
It is.
So we have the guaranteed tournament this weekend, and if you make that final table, you will have something to remember it for the rest of your life.
Oh, for sure. What he's talking about is the main event.
Ooh.
That $200,000 main event is what you're talking about getting on the table.
Amazing.
For on
So
Sunday.
tomorrow, big day here tomorrow.
It is.
The Super Satellite, what's the buy-in on there, Mike? For the
Super Satellites, only $70.
So you have an opportunity, basically, to take $70 tomorrow and turn it into your share of $200,000.
That's awesome.
First place in that will be $50,000 or somewhere around there, depending. But just think about that. If you want to take a shot, tomorrow's the day. Come out for the Super Satellite. There's guaranteed seats in that event, so we're giving away guaranteed number of seats to the main event in that Super Satellite. 50 seats guaranteed.
That's awesome.
We're guessing it's going to go well over that. So imagine that 50 players will win a seat into the main event and have an opportunity to win $200,000.
You know what I'm excited for? At 11:45 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, it's something that I never knew what the hell it was until Jimmy Sommerfeld came to the town last time. The No Juice Donkey Satellite, one-hand satellite.
How fun.
That is the coolest thing.
Right. Basically, Put your money down. It's no fee.
No.
It all goes towards the ticket, and you basically run the hand out, and winner takes all.
Yep. Well, they deal one hand for $120. The winner gets a seat into the main event, which is absolutely crazy. That's $1,100 is the fee for the main event. You win that no juice donkey satellite, just one hand, and we'll play as many as you guys want. Get 10 people together, play as many of those no juice donkey satellites as we can, and you could actually get into the main event for what, $120?
Jack and Vinny. So Jack makes another stab, and then Vinny takes it down. Jack's aggressive. He doesn't look like the aggressive player with his glasses, his spectacles.
His spectacles. Looks very. Looks like, you know,
deceiving.
very,
He looks super calculated.
He does.
He looks like, okay, what's the map of this? He doesn't look like he has a ton of gamble in him, but here he is making plays.
Right now they're talking about, what did they say his name was? Rodrigo or Rodriguez?
Yeah, so they have a player who he's, by their accounts, doesn't speak great English, and he's playing downstairs. And he typically plays with them in this game,
Yeah.
but nobody knows how to explain to him to come upstairs.
Yeah.
So
He's downstairs. I think he's downstairs waiting to play.
Where's everybody at?
Exactly.
Right. So if anybody sees him, somebody who's bilingual, please go ahead and explain to him. We're upstairs. He's welcome. They're looking for him. Show him the screen, he says. They're trying to use visuals. I'd like to believe that somebody in this building right now could explain to Rodrigo to come upstairs.
I would like that. I can only imagine Rodriguez or Rodrigo sitting at a table downstairs by himself, like, where are all my friends? Scuba Vet's checking in.
Oh,
I think I know who Scuba Vet is.
you may know her.
Yeah. Nitro 1455 is trying to figure out who Scuba Vet is, and Scuba
Right.
Vet says, if you know, you know.
You do know.
And I believe I know.
Do you know Nitro?
No,
You give it back. It's
I
like a
don't.
contest, or?
No, it's like people are buying it.
We'll give you guesses. We'll just watch the chat, and then maybe he could tip you off at some point.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's got like little mini legs and a body, and you know, it's a.
But they're having fun. They're having fun with the show. They're talking. The best content will come when they forget that we're here,
Exactly.
and they really let it fly.
Yeah.
It is.
Sounds like you remember the old Monopoly?
And that's the thing you can watch back. I mean, I know so many people have watched the one from Sunday night. I think it's like 700 views, something like that. And I kind of feel like if you played in that event, you're probably watching it back. You know, you're going to see what you did wrong. You're going to learn for the next time.
Correct.
And you're going to enjoy the show and that you were a part of.
Right, and the best part is, so not every player's experienced and versed in remembering what their hands were and how they played out. But as that goes on, with the video, you don't need to remember.
No.
We remember for you. You go back, and if you have somebody who helps you with the game, or you want to talk to the game about the game, they can show you, you know, how you could have done something differently. And you know, maybe you could be a little self-critical and take a look at it. I mean, I'd love to get you on here sometime, Mike, and see what happens.
Oh, in this table? Oh, you don't want me to.
Yeah.
No, I'm all in all the time. I'm the worst gambler in the world. I said that when I was trying to handicap greyhounds for many years. I'm all in all the time.
Buddy, I'm running like a god.
Tell Steve to put his hat on, they said. Jacob says that.
I didn't fall, right? All that chicken came in that little box. I can fall it at myself. Tiny fucking chicken.
Steve's a longtime player. I'm guessing Jacob probably means a cowboy hat, if I had to guess. Said Steve is a, Skylar said Steve's a big Cowboys fan. I'm guessing he probably wears Dallas Cowboys paraphernalia here to the track.
Track, a lot of Steelers fans at the track.
There's a lot of, I'm starting to like the Steelers too.
You have to.
I know. Yeah. I look at some of my old, you know, you remember this type stuff on Facebook from 15, 20 years ago when I always rooted against the Steelers, and I'd say something on Facebook. Back then I actually
Bad
posted
idea.
on Facebook, and everybody'd say, oh, we're going to tell Pat, and we're going to send this to Pat, and it's, Oh, those were the
No.
days, folks.
No, and they're great sports, and I think
They are.
I think the Rooney family actually respects anybody who
Yeah.
really, really loves their team.
Oh, when I tell them I'm
Whatever
a
team it
Raiders
is.
fan, they just laugh anyway.
Yeah,
So it's
there's
not,
nothing. Yeah,
it's
you
not
can
like-
say whatever you want.
Exactly.
Check, check.
Ooh, Adano, 78-78 said Buffalo's going to smash Pittsburgh week 1. We got a lot of Buffalo fans here, a heck of a lot of
That's
Buffalo.
a bannable. That's a bannable statement here.
Exactly. But what an organization the Steelers are. Like, you have to respect them, whether you like the team
Well,
or not.
And it's the same thing, and everything carries over both on this property, that property,
It does.
whatever they are. The longevity of coaches. Think about how long the coaches have been at
God.
each property.
It's crazy.
For the Steelers, they had 3 coaches in the past like 70 years.
Yeah.
Chuck Noll and then
Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher, and then testing you, Mike.
And then Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin, and
See,
those are the guys.
See, Alexis is listening right now. She said, "Here we go, Steelers." I feel like I was a test. I feel like if I didn't get that right, I probably wouldn't have a job tomorrow.
We're going up. 125. 125.
You know, we met. Oh, you didn't meet him, but when they had the draft party here in the Paddock Restaurant, Santonio Holmes was here, and he was the player that made that one of the greatest catches in history of NFL against the Cardinals, the last-second catch to win the Super Bowl.
Right here, huh?
Yeah, he was here at the Paddock Restaurant. What a great guy he was. I mean, the way he talked about the Steelers and the organization, it honestly, as a Raider fan, I don't really have that much to watch. So it really did make me a fan.
We don't qualify for finance here. Oh, really?
Original Eddie,
The Frog, you
the
mean?
Frog.
I'm losing track of all these nicknames. I really am. Let me run down the list again. We have Billy in seat 1. That's the Bulldozer. 2 is Vinny from the Jersey Shore. Actually from Rochester. But yeah, it's the same thing.
You getting a fist bump for us?
Yeah, Josh is the mover. 4 is Joe, the guy who's all poloed up. 5 is Jerry. 6 is Original Eddie, a.k.a. Frog. And seat 7 is New Eddie. And seat 8 is Jack. Who's in seat 9 again?
Yeah, I was 20.
Paulie? Is that his name?
Seat 9's Paulie.
Paulie. And seat 10 is Steve, who is a Dallas Cowboys fan.
I think I was 10 last time.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bills fans here. I know Teresa Hume, she might be listening right now. Her and her daughter, Megan, are big Bills fans. I also know a lot of other Bills fans. They got a lot to root for, too. It's a good time to be a Bills fan. I also think, I know Jacob's probably listening. A lot of people that like the Dolphins. It's a good time to be a Dolphins fan. I think you got a great coach, and I think you got a bright future there.
175. I would have went for a missed deal. You would have went for the missed deal?
All right,
So there's a little confusion as to where the button was, but they worked it out. And they're going to play it as dealt because the action already started. So in a hand, if the action hasn't started, you could adjust it and move the button to where it's supposed to be. But once the action starts, you play it as dealt, which they are doing.
It is 450, correct.
Again, the dealer now is BG. That's Brian Gelrod.
So Jack's up to 3.5K, so he's having himself a night. But here's the situation now. Billy at 3.1K. They're involved in a hand. Let's see how this plays out.
Check. Check.
And Billy's going to have to be shy, even though he made 2 pair. He's going to,
Yeah,
because of the 2 aces, he's going to have to slow down
that's
a
the
little bit.
Bulldozer in seat number 1.
But he's not scared. This guy's not scared of anything. I can see the math flying through Jack's head right now. The calculation and the math didn't work out.
That was the right move, Jack.
That was
Classy Jack. Let's call him Classy Jack. He looks like a
see that.
classy individual.
handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack. There we go. Okay, well,
So-
let's see what Scuba Vet has to say about that.
So Jack's going to go back and look at it at some point and say, did I do the right thing?
Yeah.
Jack's going to be happy with himself.
Looks like 50.
The bad ones are where you stand to win a gigantic pot and you fold the hand, and then you look later. Now, next time you play, you just got to call everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, what happened? What I saw a lot of the talk on Facebook from the Raminator from Sunday night's final table of the $100,000 multi-flight weekend tournament was, you know, they look back at the video and they probably watched themselves on the Twitch feed numerous times just to kind of figure out what happened, and they're going to learn from that. I think every single one of them did that.
Did I give somebody the bag? Yeah, I got the bag. Is there napkins in that bit? No. Actually, I got some on the floor. You need some?
Call.
We're talking now a lot about football. Scuba Vet's talking about Tua. She's obviously a Dolphins fan. Adano says that Tua can't throw over 10 yards.
And Jack again with another pocket pair.
Wow.
Lucky Jack.
Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack.
Has Noah made up Handsome Jack.
Jack has hand after hand. At some point, it was like, slow this guy down.
Yeah.
Drop some in the bag.
Can I get a few poly also?
I see him walking around with food. That food is from the terrace right here on the second floor. What?
We're doing coming from 50.
Is it?
You know, one of the things that Noah did the other day that shocked me and appalled me is somebody brought Chick-fil-A in. I'm not mentioning that for any reasons. You can see the big bag and the big box of nuggets on the table. But the other day, Noah ate cold Chick-fil-A fries, and I don't know if people are into that. Like, people are into cold pizza and all these other things. It disgusted me.
Now, I think new Eddie.
New Eddie?
New Eddie's. He's not using Q's technique.
No.
With the fork. New Eddie's hands in the bag of fries.
Yes.
Going to the cards. At some point, somebody should correct New Eddie.
Yeah. Okay, where's Q when you need him? Q needs to be here.
New Eddie, look.
Show him food etiquette at the table.
Yeah, it's.
Someday we're going to have a highlight reel in the best of live streaming. The first thing I want to see on there is Q eating chicken wings with a fork.
Jack with another pocket pair.
Chick-fil-A again. That's what Ridak said. Yep. Yeah, Sue said, yeah, you didn't know that, Sue? We actually have a Chick-fil-A right here at PBKC.
I'm sure it'll be talked about at some point tomorrow.
Guys, just remember, there's not much we could do. That happened 15 minutes ago. By the time
that food's long gone.
Yeah, the food's long gone by the time we go over there.
I get the spicy chicken, the Buffy Blue.
No, you got a different one.
Yeah, Noah's the boss of the poker room. He's going to yell at them if they don't give him any cold fries.
Like it's actually hot too. Not even a lot.
Bring New Eddie some napkins, please.
Those are napkins? Those are our napkins, guys.
There. Steve's like, you know what? You're not doing it right. You're not using a fork. Take this napkin.
Oh, man.
So, Jerry.
You know what I'm picking up on the way home?
I know.
McDonald's.
Good call. So Jerry has 10s on the button, so he's going to raise it up a little bit. And Jack's like, you know what? I'm running good. Let me get in every possible hand.
Jack's in, man. WNZO, the Rogue, that fifth suit is very clear on the letter R. When I was talking about you eating cold fries, Scuba Vet said you should see him eat mayo. That's something I don't ever want to see. I'll be honest with you. Just the thought of you eating mayo, that disgusts me.
Why?
Because he won the pot.
Did he? I'm paying attention and you're not.
All right, so New Eddie's done with the Chick-fil-A. He can clean his hands now. Let's get back to business.
He can use our napkins to clean his hands.
Let's get back to business.
Currently have 59 viewers. Thank you to everyone who's watching us right now.
Crowd likes a crowd, so as time goes on and people find out exactly how entertaining the stream is,
It's not us. It's not about us. It's about the players. The players are the personalities. We want you to get to know our players because we think they're great here at PBKC.
They are, and everybody has a story. Everybody has some kind of background.
Like Noah said, it could be somebody that's a millionaire sitting with people that, you know, brought the last amount of money they had to the track. And that's the one great thing I'm learning about poker is that poker is for everyone.
It's a the biggest appeal is the competition. A lot of people play the game just for the competition. I mean, the chips and the money at some point for some people are just score, keeping the score.
Of course.
Some people absolutely love to compete.
Oh, it's love the action.
And
yeah.
these guys, that's the case for a lot of these guys.
We already know, buddy. I already know the gig is out, Vinny.
Why did they deal me out?
Yeah, bro, I caught on. I caught on.
I swear to God, didn't they deal
Yeah,
me
phone
every
call.
single time?
Yeah, not their
It's
Swear to
over, it's
God.
over, bro. I got it.
Joe, did they deal him in every single time?
Yeah.
I swear to God.
And it is, I swear.
I saw one-handed. I don't know.
It's probably a mistake, yeah, one hand.
Yeah, we both looked at it.
I'm happy that they didn't deal me in now.
Yeah.
Billy's in seat 1, Vinny's in seat 2, Josh in seat 3, that's the mover. Joe is in seat 4, that's Polo Guy. There's Jerry in seat 5. 6 is the Frog. Seat 7 is New Eddie, who likes to eat Chick-fil-A at the table.
Oh, yeah.
Seat 8 is Jack. Seat 9 is Paulie, and the Cowboys fan in seat 10, that is Steve. Jeremy's here. Mr. FIU is in the building.
Raise it. 60.
Alert, alert, Amber alert.
You have an air fryer at home? That's what Steffi Mo is talking about. Air fry tots, she says, are great.
I don't know. Frying fried food, then you fry it with air,
I don't
just doesn't always
understand.
have the same effect.
I don't understand all this newfound technology.
Yeah, the world's changing in a hurry.
This table and this live stream stuff, it just blows my mind, like how it knows all this stuff.
So, oh, and there, yeah, Bulldozer, he's in a big blind. So it's keeping track as the hands go on. It
Yeah.
knows when a hand's completed that the button goes to the next player who gets cards. So it does it's very intuitive. And the technology is state of the art.
It really
I mean,
is.
it does a lot of calculating. Pretty soon we won't need dealers.
That's what Adam said the other night.
Right.
I can only imagine you saying that in front of Brian or Patrick or one of those. Hey, we might not even need dealers anymore. That's great.
Jerry's super conservative. Jerry doesn't play a lot of hands. He's not popular.
We haven't heard
Jerry,
a lot from him.
Jerry just folded. If the card reader's correct, he just folded Ace Jack.
Yeah.
Super.
I'm gonna put him in the box.
Jerry's
for you,
looking
bud.
around.
Watch it live. Watch you mug those AC, I'm running in.
He said post him and deal him in. He's just gonna vape,
Jerry.
I guess.
He looks like he's calculating stuff right now.
He's not gonna get dealt in like he would do it.
Don't worry about it, man.
Is that he's saying to himself, man, I should have gotten Chick-fil-A
He
tonight.
said post it.
One or the other.
Or if I'm not playing Ace Jack, what can I play?
Rather do
Exactly.
that than post miss money. Maybe he's gonna let out some gas or something.
I don't know.
Brian Gelrod is our dealer again. I don't know if he's been the dealer for a while now. It's switching off between him and Patrick Tiller.
Big boy, you know, chicken
All right, here's
wings,
Jerry.
125.
All right, one in a queue. One in a queue. 125.
You don't have to be a hero.
Jerry.
I gave you already something. Well, best hand.
We're not seeing Jerry's hand just now.
One unlucky caller. Me.
And there's Jerry did have Jack's that hand. And he makes a raise, just takes it down.
I think you called it. I think you knew that was going to happen. You saw him calculate in his mind. I feel like you knew something was going to happen.
Before the cards were dealt.
You're some kind of savant, Noah.
Okay, Jerry. Yep.
And then I get Kim's meal to go, and it's buy one, get one free. Just
See?
tip on the total bill. And it's really good. And I get
There you go. And here we are, Jerry.
Exactly.
Buy one, get one free. Talking about the filet mignon in the paddock room. Look, he couldn't be happier. Right in the paddock.
See, that was a commercial.
Let's let Jerry do the commercial.
Yeah. Okay, everybody
Let's
be
listen to
quiet. We're
Jerry.
going to listen to Jerry talking about
Let's
the
hear it.
paddock.
They get you by
Eddie's waiting on me to raise again, man. So is Eddie's.
She wasn't hungry, so I got her lobster ravioli. So
It's bad.
Oh,
It's like you
That
can
sounds
tell
wonderful.
on the field.
that's what we're talking about.
They got filet.
Thank you, Jerry, for that shout out to the Paddock Restaurant.
Guys, heads up.
last for what? Ravioli?
It's all time.
So get the 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Go over to Paddock. Here's the play. Friday night. Go to the Paddock room. Take your wife over there.
Yeah.
Go have dinner. Come over here.
Yeah.
Get in this game with
Exactly.
these guys.
Yeah.
And your wife could play in either another poker game or
Yeah.
Ultimate Texas Hold'em or
Three-card
three-card poker.
yeah.
And have yourself an evening.
Yeah. Does your wife
And
like
it sounds
to
like
bet the
Jerry does
horses?
that.
He
Jerry does that, and Jerry's like, filet mignon's amazing. Look, he's still, look,
What's that on Friday night?
it's amazing.
They're talking about surf and turf Friday and Saturday nights.
He's excited. The best kept secret, Jerry says.
It is.
Not any longer. Thank you, Jerry.
Does Jerry work here?
No, Jerry's just he's a fan of the kennel clubs. He like the kennel club. He likes being here, and he's raving about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we invite everybody. Come on over.
We might have to get this Jerry a gift certificate. I'll be honest with you. Scuba Vet said the French onion soup is to die for, and Summer 561 said the Paddock is the best restaurant in
It
town.
is, and you could tell it by Jerry's face, the excitement
Exactly.
on him. He's like, he almost can't contain himself. He had Pocket Jacks, and he didn't react like
Yeah,
that.
No, no. He had a great hand. Noah called it. Noah's a poker
The
savant.
Paddock restaurant, better than Pocket Jacks.
It is. That's a new slogan. You just came up with it.
Falling off.
Get Alexis on it. I want it on the billboard.
60.
You know, Steve
Got his
gave
weird
us luck.
Yeah, I know. I did all my God. I can see the actual cards coming out now, so I stopped going on with like 5 high. Yeah, you too.
Paulie with ace queen. Billy has no cards.
Nope.
Yeah, this is like
Billy's out. Billy,
The bulldozer.
Bill Dozer is walking around.
Everybody I know named Bill from now on, I'm going to call the Bulldozer. I don't
It
know
can't
why
be
I've never
anybody.
come up with
It
that.
can't be anybody.
Well, I mean, obviously, he's not Big Bill, he's not Little Bill, he's the Bulldozer. I just love that nickname.
Check.
Look at Paulie. Like the serious look on Paulie's face.
Bet.
Very quiet at the table right now.
Yeah, the Bulldozer stepped away.
Jerry stepped away. That is our Paddock restaurant aficionado.
They're getting a little serious here for a second here. So Vinny makes the kings full, and I don't see Paulie losing another dollar here.
No.
It's 300.
But he's asking. Oh, he's here. Take my 3.
Yeah.
He says he got a king. Yes. And Paulie Max. You know, those are tough spots sometimes. You have, if you don't make a pair there's 2 pair on the board.
Really?
Obviously, yeah.
He had an ace.
Yeah.
Obviously at 9.
Only a pair beats you. There's few hands. The pot's big enough. 400. I don't remember exactly how much was in there. So it's, you have to make that call. Try to read his soul. You look into his soul.
Exactly.
And then you make a call. You make a decision. This time it was the wrong one.
We got a new dealer. That's Patrick Tiller, the guy who is a big Falcons fan. He hates the numbers 28 and 3. Hates them.
No.
Not his favorite.
Yeah, box gone.
Joe was taking 3 at a time.
Forgot to eat today.
I mean, 3 would equal 1.
He said I forgot to eat today. Yeah. Just happens.
I forgot to eat.
Yeah, it just happened. It actually happened to be like 4 days ago. Yeah, bro. I was eating dinner and I was like, yo, I literally
I got odds that Jerry brings up the Paddock again.
Really? I hope so.
Let's see.
75.
fight. So I woke up at noon, didn't order lunch at work, so I was so busy. All of a sudden it's 5 o'clock. All of a sudden 9
Jerry's
o'clock.
going to hear everybody talking about ordering food, and he's going to talk about the Paddock again. You just know he's going to.
Oh, number 2 is.
Heads up.
No, the weirdest thing about this broadcast, and it's, you know, we're still in the second show, and it still blows my mind, is that we're on a 15-minute delay. That means all of the stuff that you're watching right now and we're talking about actually happened 15 minutes
Like literally,
ago.
the world could end at 15 minutes, and we don't know yet.
We have no idea. We're not going to know anything about it until 15 minutes from now.
From then, not now.
From then. See, now I'm confused again. It's taken me 2 days to wrap my head around it.
And you
I
still
feel-
haven't.
I feel like I have no idea what's going on here.
So big tournament, satellites tomorrow. Big,
It
big
is.
day. It's going to be mayhem. There's going to be $70 buy-ins flying around. 50 people guaranteed to the main event. It's going to be a very, very fun day. We'll go home. We'll get some rest. Come back out here and watch it all unfold. It's going to be a big
Oh,
day.
it's going to be awesome. I can only imagine.
I didn't want to say it on the TV, but yeah, that's how I.
And just show up tomorrow. That event goes at what time tomorrow, Mike?
Probably at noon, I'm guessing. Let's see. Thursday, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking at our website. It's the easiest place to go.
You could go ahead and bring it up if they want to take a look.
PBKC Poker right here. Head Palm Beach Kennel Club, pbkennelclub.com, head poker. And then just go down. We're going to go back to the game right now. I'll show you the website in just a few. Tomorrow we have a super satellite, a 50-seat guarantee. It's only $70. It starts at noon. And mega satellites at 4 and 7, both for $130. Friday, another action-packed day full of satellites and the $1,100 buy-in championship event. That is day one of the championship event. And then day two is obviously on Saturday. But we have satellites starting tomorrow and the No Juice Donkey satellites coming up on
Your
Friday
favorite.
and Saturday. Oh, I love those
Well,
things.
so look at this. Steve hasn't played many hands. Steve flopped the world there, making the straight right off the rip.
Jeremy, that is upstairs.
So now Steve's going to try his best to get as much money into the pot without tipping off his hand as possible. Steve says, hold on, it's my turn. I got a monster hand. Don't skip me. My hand is too big to be skipped right
Exactly. I haven't heard a lot from Steve, to be honest with you.
How's that gonna work?
now. And then he gets a call from Paulie.
It's gotta be like a good way deal.
And Paulie has any six, and he doesn't get there. And he's just making a strong move. Paulie's like,
He is.
Joe's always got the pen.
and
But
Paul, Paulie just comes with the stone cold bluff. He gets absolutely smooth called by Steve. Steve's not having it.
No.
So he's trying to represent the flush, maybe, but the turn comes, it brings a flush, he doesn't bet, and then he fires on the river, and Steve doesn't think for a second and just calls. So that play may work if you keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah.
And you bet on a turn, and then on a river, and now Steve really has to, but you really got to overcommit a huge amount of money in order to pick that one off of Steve. So Steve's actually having a pretty good evening.
Jeffrey Ninth Wonder said Seafood Fest on the weekends is the best in the paddock. It is. He's talking about Surf and Turf weekends, which is Friday and Saturday night starting at 6 o'clock. Paddock Restaurant right here, 1111 North Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach, right across the street from the airport. And you can call them at 561-683-2222, extension 199. And our spokesperson, Jerry, will tell you all about it soon, hopefully.
It was 100 restrap. No, that's right.
No, you're good.
Handsome Jack has King 10.
You hear the voice right now of Miss Mary, who is a longtime employee. Doing the cocktails tonight, she does an absolutely great job. And they're definitely going to take care of Miss Mary tonight.
Raised to 500.
My girl just texted me, said you had a lot of fans, so I look at it and there was somebody talking about Buffalo Bills. Great. Oh, yeah.
That's the Bulldozer talking right there. A lot of people are watching right now that are fans of the Bulldozer, and I got to say I am too.
I didn't know people are actually typing in the chat.
Yeah, one thing when these guys are actually going to watch this live stream, you know, when this is over, or when they get downstairs, or when they get home, is they're going to see a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people rooting for them. They're going to get to hear all their conversations.
Something I'm really showing. That's a big one.
Yeah, boy.
Hear all the nicknames we've given him.
They're gonna love it. And Jack's like, I got King 10. Let me get in there for all in for 825 from Joe, and Joe.
Nope.
Jack.
It's good.
Pair of 10s for Jack. King 10 takes it, and
Handsome Jack does it again. We run down the list of players we have right now. The 1 is Bill Dozer. The 2 is Yo Vinny. The 3 is the mover Josh. And seat number 4 is Polo Joe. And seat 5, Paddock Jerry. Seat 6 is the Frog. Seat 7 is New Eddie. Seat 8 is Handsome Jack. Seat 9 is Paulie. And seat 10 is Cowboy Steve.
all this fun being had by everybody as
I gotta give back. Like
Josh, who is it, seat 4?
Seat 4 is
Joe.
Polo Joe.
And everybody's having a good time, and Joe digs.
Joe
Digs
digs.
out another K, throws it on the table.
Prius, what's that?
Pink's Palace says ship 700 plus, 3 with Jack High. Sick game.
Question mark. That's the action here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Yeah, Nancy, it's Cowboy Steve. I know you're rooting for Cowboy Steve here. It's the first thing they told me about Steve is he's been here for a long, long time, and he loves the Dallas Cowboys.
I always like the players who take the time to place their cards perfectly in a square.
Yeah.
So look at Jack.
Yeah, just Billy, man. Just come say hi. He has 7 callers. I mean, Steve, what are you thinking about? Raising?
Steve wakes up with pocket 10s, and he just calls. Billy with 9s. It's a tough spot. A pair versus an overpair. And I don't see Paulie getting in there, or actually I do. I do. And Paulie helps his hand. But does he know he helped his hand? I mean, he knows he helped his hand, but these are a little lag because Bulldozer just bet, and Handsome Jack just folded ace 10. And it's coming up as Paulie goes all in. All right, now it's corrected. It's getting corrected now. It's a little hiccup with the graphics. Now we're on track. Okay. So now you're looking at Billy. That's a hand, pocket 9s. Paulie fires all in. $1,300.
He hasn't played a hand yet anyway, don't worry.
You said?
Yeah, I realized Warren's on live stream.
I mean, yeah, you're better than Josh.
Who do we have joining the table now?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No.
You never know who you're going to see on our live stream here at PBKC. Everybody seems to be having a great time at the live streaming table. If you want to get in on the live streaming, we promise you we'll give you more information about it starting next week. Probably have a sheet to sign up for, and more people than I could ever imagine have asked us in the last couple of days about getting on this live stream, and we love it. We want everybody to showcase their personality and come on and play with us right here at PBKC.
So they're thinking Paulie fired into 1.3K, and we're Bulldozers in the tank, and he's Paulie does not want to call here, and he doesn't get it. Strong move by Paulie, and aggression sometimes is just good enough. You don't have to have the cards.
Yeah.
You just gotta have a big pair sometimes.
You just have to have a big pair. You heard that. And you just have to have a big pair sometimes. That's what Noah says. That might be the quote of the show. Hashtag, sometimes you just need a big pair.
Right, you don't need the cards, just have a big pair, and he did, and Paulie does. Typically, you know, that's his style. He's not going to sit back and wait for things to happen. He makes things happen.
Yep.
Button straddle for 50.
And they're straddling for 50, trying to get the game pumped up a little more.
I'm gonna get made fun of for the hand I just voted.
I mean,
I'll make sure to make fun of you tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Everybody questioning how much fun they're going to get made of.
They're going to.
I don't think so much of it as making fun of them. We're having fun.
Oh,
they're
no.
having fun. They'll be absolutely entertained.
Oh, it's a fun table. And when I compare
Yeah, they
this
are.
table to Sunday night's final table of the 100K weekend tournament, it's so much different. Everybody there is very serious.
Right. So what you'll get on Sunday night is less talk, more serious, more statistics,
I'm raising a full.
less flops.
Yep.
Those turn cards have been terrible. 75.
It's going to be more and more about poker. I don't know who's going to be on Sunday. I don't know if I'll be on the show. Adam Schoenfeld was on the show on Sunday, and he is a absolute poker expert. If you don't know the name, Google search him, Adam Schoenfeld Poker, and I think you're going to remember him.
turn, if he does it, I can't do nothing. Handcuffed.
Paulie again.
Pink's Palace said, wow, Billy's going to be kicking himself when he watches this. I think so, too.
That's the whole fun of it.
It is.
You also give a box of 2 pairs and betting into 6 people with crushed already. So if I'm crushed already, I'm going to call 600 and ship it off to an idiot.
Chico Et says, yep. Goofy7 says PLO stream Saturday. I don't know if we have that. Do we have a planned PLO
We do.
stream?
We have one tentatively teed up.
Okay.
I'm just glad we didn't see River. I wish we
One of our another group similar to this group of players that are regulars. They're looking to get involved in this, and like we said, we're trying to get as many people involved as possible.
For sure.
We look forward to potentially having that game on stream on Saturday.
Yeah.
I thought you had like marks and straight.
We promise you within a few weeks we're going to have more of a set schedule here. Just because of the fact that everything's so new here with the streaming table. This is only our actual second live stream that went out on Twitch. Please please share our page, smash that like button or smash that subscribe button. I don't know what the kids are saying these days, but it's going to be on probably at least 3 to 4 times a week. We're going to be doing these live streams. Of course, we're going to do the final tables when we have big tournaments in town. And the big main event is coming up this Sunday. We're going to definitely do a final table for that. If it's anything like last Sunday, it's probably not going to start till after 5, 6 o'clock at night. But it's going to be some great fun here at PBKC.
90. Now, what if he would have mucked his card thinking you had 3 queens? That would have been his one. You would have got paid. You would have got paid.
It's Paddock Jerry speaking. Paddock Jerry is right now in seat number 5. Run them down the list. Number 1, the Bulldozer. The 2 is Yo Vinny. The 3 is Josh the Mover. In seat 4, we got Polo Joe. 5 is Paddock Jerry. Seat 6 is Frog Eddie. Seat 7 is New Eddie. Seat 8, we have Handsome Jack. Seat 9, we have Paulie. And seat 10 is Cowboy Steve.
Definitely doing that. Looks like you're squeezing. I'm definitely losing. Like I'm losing it all. I'm reshipping and we're just.
Vinny bets out to figure out how the situation is.
I like that. The situation. Oh, man. I can honestly say, and I'm proud of myself, I never watched the Jersey Shore, and I think I'm better for it.
6 or 7. What am I, the 10 next year? Probably.
You probably don't fold 6.
You're the 5 next day.
Josh can't win, but it's 300 a call. Let's see what he does. He's looking. He needs to move on from this hand.
He does. He needs to pack it up.
And he's nice. Yeah, he's gonna. He saw too many shenanigans around here.
Yep.
I still don't. So, like, Washington.
No, I don't.
Yeah, let us know.
Go to our website for more information on all the tournaments and all the action here at PBKC. If you just go to pbkennelclub.com, click on poker. I'm actually going to show you how to do that right now. Just go to PBKC, pbkennelclub.com, click on poker. Those 3 ladies right there on our page, I just saw them here yesterday. Rachel, Phoebe, and Monica, their names.
There's that bad beat.
Oh, that bad beat is
35K.
unbelievable. Even if it's just to see what the bad beat is every day, I would go to our website at pbkennelclub.com and go right there. Click on poker. Jamie updates that site on a daily basis. I'm talking about every day at like 6 a.m. She updates the site, and that's where you're going to find out all the information about everything going on here at PBKC. Pink's Palace says sick value bet. Vinny keeps getting paid.
140.
So I can go in multiple times, right? And be like 3 different people.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, because I gotta cover the thing.
Replay.
Again, come out tomorrow, the next day, and the next day after that for some great satellites. Start with day one of the big one, the main event. It's going to start on Friday.
Let's go ahead and talk about this hand real quick, Mike.
Go for it.
This one's going to heat up a little with Joe with the kings and Jack with ace-10 and Vinny with ace-jack. But Vinny lets it go, so he actually puts out the ace-jack, which helps Jack a lot. But I don't see Jack getting himself overly involved in this thing. But he has position. He gets to act last. So being that he's on the button, he's only thing he could be doing is setting up for some kind of play right here, which is what it would take. And Joe bets out 225, and Jack just calls and he pays him off.
There we go.
Again, that's that same situation where I talked about where if there's 2 pair on the board, the guy has to have an overpair to the board, or your ace is good.
That's Polo Joe, seat number 4 that we're talking about right now with the blue hat on. Mando, he agrees with me, or she agrees with me. He says those ladies are tournament grinders at PBKC, and it's a true story. Talking about the ladies on our website on the poker page.
Yeah.
Phoebe, Monica, and Rachel.
I like that. I like your ideology.
Again, our dealer is Patrick Tiller. He is from the ATL.
Well, you can target Z then. Target Z. It's a whole new storyline.
He says that his largest poker score, Tiller does, that he won a horse tourney in Biloxi.
100. Heads up.
All right, heads up going into it, and Handsome Jack involved once again.
Polo Joe and Handsome Jack are back
Again,
at it.
they are. They're
Stevie Bond spot's looking nice. If I wore a hat.
first bet here will just take this thing.
You're right behind that
Poor
light.
Jack's got a vendetta against Joe, and he's just going to be like, you know what? I'm not having it anymore, Joe.
Just gonna wear my hat next time.
And he does. He's like,
Like Polo Joe, if you're playing in some kind of tournament like this, are you wearing the sunglasses? Are you wearing the hat? Are you doing that kind of stuff?
no. First off, regular caps don't look great on me. maybe,
Okay, a visor.
maybe a visor, the glasses. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's looking into my eyeballs to see if actually what I have.
What Noah's trying to explain to everyone is that he has a big brain, huge brain.
Right. So that combined with,
Makes sense.
I don't wear sunglasses indoors at night.
No.
Not, yeah, so I'll just go ahead and say no.
Steffi Mo asks, new cards for the live stream? No, actually, those are RFID.
There you go, RFID.
RFID, that means that they have small computer chips in them, and that's how we know all the hands.
Either way, I'm turning gutter and he's got top pair.
Yeah, I'm so bad at this.
Well, the Legends here says, let's go.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm thinking real fucking close to the.
Oh, we got a multi-way pot here. Vinny splashing around. It was cheap. He puts in another 10 to Josh says whatnot. These are the hands that get you in trouble.
Somebody gave him the bulldozer.
When you get in for cheap and then you get something, flop a little something, and then
I don't know. Vinny just said to Billy something about the bulldozer moniker, and I don't know if Billy likes it or not.
I'm telling him you came up with it if he
Oh,
doesn't.
I didn't know. William, I did never say it. Anything about William.
115.
Sir.
Sir. Mr. Dozer.
So you see everybody's trying to run the replays back to figure out how bad they're playing in some spots. It would really, I would go with, don't look at any of it because your head's going to get spinning and you're not going to know where you're at ever again.
That would bother me to no end.
Yeah, like, let's just let it play out. Take a look when I go to before I go to bed.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
But then, now you're Monday morning quarterback yourself.
Yeah. Paddock Jerry's actually going to place another order. Paddock Jerry loves the food here
I
at
didn't want to let it
PBKC.
go, man.
He is now our newfound
I was invested for
spokesperson for the
100.
Paddock restaurant.
60-40 here.
He is the face of Surf and Turf weekends.
I was happy with it. I was like, damn, Pat. And I was like, oh, I got the 9. I was like, oh, take it, take it.
Customers like to see your face. They know you're doing
Jerry's in there now. He's
Can you
smiling.
imagine all the hands that you
Do we
guys
start
don't
talking
see?
about him? He jumps in a hand. That's what Jerry does.
Oh, Jerry throwing his own plug in there. For Jerry says he does some.
He has impact windows.
He's a
and
food
doors.
connoisseur, and he does impact windows and
He
doors.
knows the best restaurants.
There it
that's
is.
for sure. Impact Window and Door Company.
He's
Yeah.
from Long Island, New York.
He's from Long Island, and he loves the Paddock restaurant and does windows and doors.
Yeah, make that too. He's fine this
See?
time. He's loaded.
He does look like he's loaded.
He has a big appetite for PBKC food, and we love it.
Only lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise.
Jerry right now trying to get the buy none, get one free from Paulie. Go ahead, Paulie's buying. Trying to get the buy none, get one free.
Buy none, get one free.
The other.
Sound like Jimmy.
When you played, if you played at a cash games or tournaments, would you drink alcohol, or would you stay away from that? You want to stay sharp, or would you try to let loose a little bit?
I'm not, in general, I have a glass of wine with dinner. I don't have a glass of wine with poker so much. No, but it's not because I'm trying to stay sharp. It's just not my thing. Now, I'm as active and social as anybody at the table. When a conversation comes up, you want to know I wasn't drinking.
Of course, yeah.
Because we have fun there. But no, but here at the Kennel Club, people kick back, they relax.
Oh, they
They're here
do.
for the evening. Like I said, a lot of times it's not about the money; it's about the camaraderie and having the evening out.
I never thought about that when I started in the poker room on January 1st this year. You know, when I came up the first day and I saw the tournament that was going on up here, and I saw that everybody talking about things and the camaraderie at the tables, I actually really believed that this is a fun place to play. People come here sometimes, like you said, not to win money, just to hang out with their friends.
Hey, man,
This is a very friendly game.
So
my
this,
cards ever match, bro.
they're getting updates from wherever about the commentators and what they're saying.
Oh, great.
So if Billy Dozer blows through the door here in a second,
Just remember, it's on a 15-minute delay.
yeah, we're
so
already gone.
We're done.
Where's my ham and Swiss
Down
thing?
the hatch.
What's
You
that
are?
represent?
How's it feel?
I was joking. I'm buying this. No, I'll buy it.
See, no, Gerald,
Nuggets, you guys killed me. With a hand out.
Gerald's saying he's going to give Paulie to buy none, get one free now.
The Scuba Vet is talking to the legend right now on the feed.
Settle your stomach.
If you're listening right now, thanks for joining us right here on the live feed from our live streaming table at PBKC, 1111 North Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach. If you're watching from out of state or out of the country, we are right across the street from the Palm Beach International Airport.
Super easy.
It is.
Like, you want to go on vacation for a weekend and
Oh,
play
God.
cards,
Would lie, he just didn't do it.
fly down,
Take an Uber to the track. It probably
$6
costs you like
Uber
$6.
ride,
Yeah.
you're across the street, you're in. A lot of people actually, on their way in and way out, they stop here. They stop in, they land, they come over. Oh, it's awesome. Come over, play some cards on the way out.
Yeah. Couldn't pick
Spend
a
a little
better
time.
location.
No sense in waiting for your flight over at the airport. If it's delayed, you want to play some cards.
Why not?
Never wins, bro. He never wins.
What do you got left? Not much, huh?
He's asking, what do you?
5%, really?
What they call me, Steve.
Cousin Vinny takes it down.
Stacy 1220 has joined us. She said hi, Steve.
So super important for everybody to follow the channel, follow our Twitter, because as things roll on, giveaways are going to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not as well versed in Twitch as Noah is, but when he got me to watch Twitch probably about a year and a half ago, you know, I was kind of like overwhelmed with all the stuff that they had on there. And every second somebody's live on here, which is very interesting. But you know, when you search for live poker, you know, search right here at PBKC Poker. And like we said before, we're going to start having a live schedule. We're going to do shows probably 3 to 4 times a week. And we'd love to see you play, too. So come on out to PBKC right here in West Palm Beach. If you want to be on our live table and enjoy the fun and camaraderie right here, live streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, Billy's going to get invited to all these other poker games.
The thing about sitting here with Noah is Noah's not only a great host tonight, Noah is also in charge of the poker room. So about every 2 to 3 minutes, somebody comes up and asks a question. And the fact that he's being able to focus on the game is awesome. So great job tonight, Noah.
Thanks, Mike. Multitasking is my forte. So, Paddock Jerry's.
Yeah, but online.
No, but no.
Online it says he bet 1.2.
He didn't know he was
Online it says
bluffing.
he bet 1.2 in the 3. Like the number on it.
You just thought he wanted to hit the end right there. He thought he had the best end.
Is that correct? Is that showing that Paulie flopped a set? It might be a slight delay on software, because if Paulie flopped a set, we're going to see some fireworks here.
Or 7.
And a set being, if you have a pocket pair, and one comes out on the board on the flop, that would mean you would have flopped a set. Wow. Which it wasn't. That was just a little bit of lag
Yeah,
time.
you got to realize that we're working with new equipment. And there's
You want a pet peeve of mine?
What?
When there's 2 cards that match on the board, and you have one in your hand, and calling it a set, no, sir.
No.
That's 3 of a kind.
That's 3 of a kind.
A set would be 2 in your hand,
Wow.
and 1 on the board.
I like it.
So as time goes on, you'll get all these things.
Yeah, Pink's Palace said we got action. Yeah, we thought we did too.
And we do.
I like to show him. But I'm not showing any of my bluffs today. I'm going to let you
We're just a little, there's just a slight lag in this hand, but I believe if we see the flop, I think we're going to see the,
It doesn't get through often.
the control room might be just having a slight issue.
Yeah, we want to thank our great producer Josh. And tonight, the reason we have chip counts is because of Jamie.
Paulie did have the pocket pair. He did flop a set, and he did end up. Yeah, Billy just got a bad spot. He had ace-9. He flopped top pair with top kicker. It's a tough spot to get. They got it in,
Now I'm gonna get invited everywhere.
and Paulie ends up stacking him.
Who do you think's going to watch this show tomorrow and be the most upset?
Not Paulie.
No, not Paulie.
Not Paulie.
Oh, yeah, I got some chips for you, buddy.
Man,
Not Chef Wanu from the paddock room.
No, Chef
Not-
Wanu
not
is doing
Chef Wanu.
very great tonight.
Right. He's doing good.
Rob, how much extra do you have on you?
I think Billy right now might be that guy.
Yeah.
No, Billy,
Hey, BG is back.
Wait, they're talking about it. He had a hand.
I had a good hand there too.
can't put me on a hand.
I hope he's enjoyed the banter tonight. I hope when Billy watches the show that he's at least enjoys the action and thinks that it's a fun
Yeah,
show.
I hope he doesn't come crush your skull.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, you're the one who's said the thing, so. That was Noah.
Hi, Mike Jameson.
Yeah, if you want to get a good laugh, this is me and Noah.
Right.
Yeah, I've been bald since childhood.
Call.
Like I should call, but like.
Billy, you want to take a look? Or? All right.
And I'm seeing so many people do that now
So-
on Facebook. Oh,
So here's the thing with Paulie, and if you see the pattern that's developing here, he's getting involved in some hands, and he's turning over hands that are questionable.
Yeah.
But what happens is he can also have a gigantic hand.
yeah.
It's no different when I play cards with my family, and the kids, and I'm teaching them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't know what they have.
No.
So I can't possibly understand what they have or guess what they have because nobody knows.
No.
So that's where Paulie's got him in an amazing spot right now that he could either have it or not have it at any time. So he starts to dictate the pace of the game. And not to mention his chip stack could put somebody to the test for all their chips at any time. He's up to 7K right now. He came in for 2,500.
Is that what you get for being an aggressive player like Paulie?
Check.
You know, you kind of get to control the table if you want to.
You do. Like, so if you're sitting in one of the other spots, if Paulie's basically dictating the action, and now you have to respond to him. So you have to change. You would have to change gears. They say depending on how the game goes, if it's a looser game, they say to play tighter and play more conservatively. But when the game gets tight, to play more aggressively because he could pick up some of that money. So the players really need to change gear a little bit in order to adjust both to Paulie's stack as well as the way he's playing right now. And he's involved again, and he's flopped a monster again, like an absolute monster. Paulie flops a full house right out of gate.
Wow.
Vinny's somehow in the hand, firing out, and he can't possibly call this thing, and he doesn't. So there it is again. It's at the uncertainty. We're getting in this pattern of uncertainty that he's running. It's almost like the mindset where he had aces last hand. He can't possibly have aces again, or he can't have them again, but he can. And I've seen people fall into that trap where they can't digest the fact that this guy actually has it the past 5 hands in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
And it kind of messes with your head a little bit.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Raminators play on Sunday night in the final table of the 100K weekend tournament. He was the aggressor and the aggressive player on the table, and reminds me a lot of the way Paulie's playing tonight.
Right, and everybody has different styles. And Paulie's style, you'll see, like you're comparing to Raminator. There's a player that plays super aggressive that I respect is Q. Super aggressive, and the pressure. And like I said, I can't claim to play well enough to understand how to handle that pressure, or deal with it, or even put that pressure on. But the pressure that those players exert on you at some time, it puts you to the test more often than not, and now you have to make decisions for your whole stack, which is stressful at some point. So I think Paulie's going to continue to do that as he's got an upper hand right now. His chip stack definitely plays into the way he plays.
Heads up, guys.
And again, he's in another hand again. And he flopped a possible straight. If he makes a straight here, the whole room's going to explode.
What did you write where he said, yo, Vinny?
He fires right out. And Eddie had the winner there, and he just mucks because, oh man, look.
They're discussing their nicknames at the table.
Well,
right
let's
now.
hear how this unfolds.
Okay.
And I assume since we're on 15-minute, a little bit of delay, I think we would have got knocked out already by the time Bulldozer.
If they were
got-
really angry,
yeah.
they would have already confronted us.
Right. So we're good.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's all about a fun time here.
Cowboy Steve. That's what the ball's about.
Well, there you have it.
If you like the nickname, I gave it to you. My name is Mike, and if you don't, Noah gave it to you.
Not if you want me to respond to you.
Actually, no, I got one more.
Oh, man.
You missed the blinds.
Yep. Either way.
He's a Cowboy fan, right?
I don't know. That's what Skyler. Hey, Steve, when you watch this back
Just let us know.
and you're really angry because we've been calling you Cowboy Steve, just know that it was one of your favorite poker dealers that told us you were a Cowboy fan.
So look, we had that hand. Paulie flops a gut shot straight draw. And fires out and just takes it down. He's playing. He could play more hands now. Because frankly, he could afford to play more hands now.
You can, for sure.
Now you see players take a different stance on that. You know, at this stage, he's up 5K or so. Lock up the win, sit back, enjoy the conversation, splash around a little bit.
Yeah.
Not Paulie.
No.
He's trying to build the monster stack. I have him favored to go over 10K before he goes below 5.
Wow. Wow.
See West Coast and stuff is
call.
better than me. Yeah.
Call. Call.
Again, our dealer is BG, Brian Gelrod.
Call.
Shout out to my boy Vinny. That's what M. Gon said. Steve is a nit.
So-
that is my Luca.
So you talk about the dealers, amazing staff of dealers.
275.
And things are such right now that we could use dealers. So if there's any dealers out there,
Anybody
we're taking
listening?
auditions. We're doing
We are.
auditions. Feel free to stop by, fill an application, stop in. Or if you're looking even to get into the industry, if you're not in yet, if you find it exciting or you find that you want to change careers and do something different, it's a pretty good gig.
Come on in. No, I feel like when I came to the poker room, I was welcomed with open arms. And it really is a nice place to work. The Rooney family, who own PBKC, are a fantastic family. And when you come in here, you're going to feel like part of the family, like we all do. Stacy says Steve is a lifelong Cowboys fan. I guess
Okay, so we're safe. We're good there.
he just doesn't like Cowboys.
You can't
Steve-
deny, like somebody called me Eagle Noah, Philadelphia Eagle Noah.
Exactly.
That's my team. I'm good with that.
Well, I mean, his history shows if I have Jack high, I might just call you.
And there's look, Paulie. Paulie's like, okay, call. Don't call. I don't care. I'm in there. See, I need you guys to play some hands. He says, let's go.
He's a player, that's for sure.
That call.
Paulie wakes up in the middle of pocket sevens.
Paulie's got a lot of fans now. You folded says, let's go, Paulie.
No, there's no man.
Paul, he's just, look, this guy. Everybody's like, I don't know what to do anymore. Paulie's showing 1-7. He's not going to show the others. Oh, he shows the other 7 at least to say, hey, I do run like God.
Hey, somebody says, hi, Coach Noah.
No shot away that.
Oh, that's great.
No shot.
Wow. Making an impact on the youth of the world.
I'm telling you. I had no idea. I should really
I think
respect
that's-
Noah.
It says Slay, and I think that was my one-time linebacker who goes by the name Bray Slayer. So it threw me off a little bit, but I do see Slay.
Nice.
I'm going to guess that's Bray Slayer. Thanks for tuning in.
Sometimes it's difficult to tell with the screen names. I know people that have been trying to make these names, and it's been really difficult.
So we have aces here. Joe.
Joey Live says, let's go, Paulie. Paulie's got a lot of fans in there.
Paulie to the moon, like a stock.
Man, I'm telling you.
Handsome Jack with pocket sixes.
If you're watching right now and you have friends and family that are
Tell
on
'em.
the table, yeah, tell them.
Oh,
I'm not going to say that name anymore. Chicoette. Like
So-
Bray Slayer.
we got Jack with sixes, Billy with the aces, then not Cowboy Steve folds.
Yep.
So
Fan of the Cowboys, but not Cowboys.
not
Steve.
Cowboy Steve, definitely not Cowboy Steve. Yeah, so Jack just saved a lot of money by that flop coming out.
Yeah.
Because there's not anything in the world that he can call with here.
No.
Check.
Oh, but he could bet with that. The fans are on the rail.
That's one thing I don't know if, like, as long as we do this, I will never get over is the 15-minute delay. But the fact that Noah's been able to concentrate tonight is definitely a big deal. No, Chicoetta. It's not that I don't like your name. I just don't really know if Bill Dozer likes to be called the Bill Dozer. That's all.
So we ask who's winning, and it's clearly Paulie.
Call.
Paulie is winning. Winning in life and in this game right now.
He's winning life also.
Right.
This ain't the one. It's the blinds versus the blinds.
I mean, I'll trade you right now. Yours is probably better.
4 players, guys.
Trade yours is probably really bad.
It is really fucking bad.
Check. Check.
I want to thank all of our viewers right now. We're up to 67 viewers. This is awesome. This is only our second live stream we've ever done right here at PBKC. And if you want to get on one of our live streams, it's all about fun. We're not on here to make fun of people, hurt anybody's feelings. It's all about fun. These guys are having a great time tonight at the table, live streaming right here at PBKC. We're going to have a list out next week where you can start signing up to be on here.
That'll be
on
fun.
live. It is.
If I didn't work here and wasn't allowed to I was allowed to play here,
Yeah.
I'd be there.
It's so cool. It really is.
I'd wear my shirt with my Twitter name, Poker Noah.
Poker Noah.
Put it right on there.
Copyright.
Yeah, that is.
It's all because of Polly. Let's go, Polly. Polly's got a lot of
They
fans
found
now. That's awesome.
Oh.
You guys checked. I don't know.
Little barbing. They're barbing each other a little bit.
Amber alert, Amber alert.
Vanilla says wants us to stream 1-2 PLO. These guys are nits.
I don't know if these guys are nitty. They're firing in, and nit would
They
be
are.
the term where not seeing a lot of flops, not playing a lot of hands. Now, PLO does tend to lend to people playing more hands and insanity and full stacks going in, just because of you start with 4 cards. It's twice as volatile. It gets insane at some point. So we're not against it, and we will have that game. Most likely on Saturday, it will be a larger PLO game, and you will see the chips flying on that day.
If there's something you do want to see on the show or a person you want to see on the show, just let us know and let them know to come here to PBKC and sign up. It's all about the players. It has nothing to do with us. It's about showing everybody how great our players are. Steffi Mo is shocked that Brian is working this late. Yeah, I don't know what Brian's getting out of this, but the fact that he's here is a big deal.
Yep. 100. Oh my God, I should have made it. Oh, it's good on a bagel, right? Isn't that right?
Look, they're talking. Here's talking about. Listen to Jerry. Hold on. He's talking about how great the bread is. It's making a sandwich.
275. 275.
And he's enjoying some.
He is. Is the terrace? Is the terrace still open? He's ordering food. It must be from somewhere here.
No, but even the stands. I mean, I know the cheeseburger on the stand.
Yeah.
Is amazing. Cheesesteak, and I'm going to guess that. What does he have there?
Yeah, Paddock.
He loves
Jerry.
the food.
Oh,
He loves the Kennel Club food.
Jerry loves the food here at PBKC, whether it be the terrace or the paddock, and we love Jerry also. How many people we have watching our live feed right now? 67 people. Thank you to every one of you.
Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna delete them. You want to keep that all cool.
Steffi says, "Love you, Gelrod."
290.
Is taking a couple shots at
This
BG.
is somebody's going to stand to lose a bunch of
This is
chips
a
on
big
this
one.
hand. Both have trip aces, not a set of aces. They both have trip aces. And he needs help. Vinny needs to board the pair or something because he's in a bad spot. Just to get a chop he's hoping for.
Chopping it up.
And it ends up being a chop. So he did get saved. So the kicker doesn't play. Prior to that card, Vinny was playing 3 aces with a king, jack, the board, and the other one was playing 3 aces with a king, queen, and he got bailed out on the end. A chop was the absolute best thing. He had 14% chance of winning the pot. He'll take a chop all day. Let me get my money back.
Oh, BG's wife is here. That's awesome. She's watching the feed. That's awesome.
It's like he never works at night. Let me double check that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's him. You can tell by the back of his head. That is BG. I can't talk because I have the same shiny head, so I'm not making fun of Brian.
No.
No, I love Strauss.
You're having fun laughing with him.
We're laughing with Brian, of course.
Oh, he's saying he doesn't want to do
Hey, if you haven't followed us yet, go ahead and hit that follow button.
Smash that follow button. Just don't
Smash
just
it,
hit
mash it.
smash that thing.
Everybody playing?
Everyone's
What
doing
is
it.
it? You win with 7 dudes?
Benny's got a lot of fans here now too. He's a great player.
100 event. You get a quick foul.
pretty much.
We got a raise there, guys? 70?
Push it all in with 7 deuces. Say,
15 man's fine, too.
70.
We're talking about a little 7-deuce game.
It's hard to do.
Doesn't really have anything to do with the game of poker.
Yeah, they're calling you
7-deuce is traditionally the worst hand you could possibly start with.
Handsome Jack, huh?
We hope you enjoy the banter back and forth of the players. That's one of the reasons we do this.
That looks like 150. 150.
I can't wait till and they're calling Bulldozer, or they're calling Billy Bulldozer Bill.
Well, that'll do it.
Well,
I really hope they gave Frog the Frog nickname. If they change that one.
no,
They're having fun, and this is what it's about. They come out, they want to be entertained. We're somewhat entertaining.
we're all right.
The cards are entertaining. They entertain each other. We're just the catalyst for what they already do. We're just showing them what they do.
Like they told me when I was a radio DJ, it's not about you, it's about the music. And
Right.
here at PBKC, it's about the players. All of them have
It is
different
definitely about
backgrounds,
the
different
players.
personalities.
So, okay, so
That's
Eddie's
more-
got kings.
That's more like your type. I was
Josh flopped.
I'm all man.
Look at second Eddie just insta-mucks
I am questionable.
the kings.
That's all right. That's all right.
Now Paulie's in with ace-5 against ace-queen. He's going to need a lot of help here.
Yes, you are.
And that's not it. But the way Paulie's running, oh, Paulie actually picked up a flush draw. This could be very, very bad.
It is changing it like every 5 minutes.
The worst card in the deck right now would be the Queen of Clubs. So if it came to Queen of Clubs, Josh would pick up top 2 pair, and Paulie would make the flush. So the viewers need to see no Queen of Clubs if they like Josh. Do not put the Queen of Clubs up there. He's thinking, he said, what, 5-600? I got 5-600. I'm in. What? Whatever. See? Here, everybody take some.
No, you got the best hand right now.
I got an ace.
Yeah, yo, forget about it.
Oh, but they got it all in already.
I got a fucking ace.
He got that ace.
Yep,
I knew you needed a
he's got that F and Ace.
Yeah.
Like,
Not the GD ace.
No, you don't want that ace.
How much is it? 6 I walk up there.
How much? You see, and that's where he can make those calls, and that's where it starts to snowball. But it can also work against you, where you're making calls because you have so many chips, and then eventually you look down, and you don't have so many chips anymore. I've been in that spot like, oh, look at this tournament's going great. I have heaps of chips.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to my chips?
Exactly.
So it starts like that. So maybe somebody could get a little momentum. And
full tilt Paul.
You know what I love about Jerry? Jerry's at the table. He's eating again. He enjoys the food. Somebody at the table said to him, they're calling you Paddock Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Paddock Jerry. They said, we're calling you Paddock Jerry. And you know what he said? I love you, Paddock. And we love you too, Jerry. Go Paulie. PSAV fan said Paulie is super sexy.
wow.
Man, I'm telling you.
Well, look at all the benefits playing on PBKC stream now.
See, exactly.
Yeah. You're not getting that on a Tuesday night with no stream.
Exactly. What day is this?
It's Wednesday, but I'm saying on a Tuesday you're not getting that either. If you're playing your game, you're not getting called.
Maybe you'll meet your match right here
Super
on
sexy
Twitch.
Paulie.
Exactly.
He's got jokes, huh?
I gotta enjoy myself. Heads up, Dad, first game.
He's got jokes. Is he talking about you?
Not me. I haven't said anything this whole night. Like I mentioned before, if you like the nicknames, I made them up. If not, Noah can be reached at 683-2222. Just ask for the assistant general manager.
Ace comes on the river, you would get so
Buddy, yo, that would have been epic on TV. Like,
So look,
loved it. They would have been, yo, we'll do this game every day, dude. If Joe would have got baked by an eight.
see that
no.
you got to get in line, folks.
Exactly.
Everybody feels the same way.
Is it King
Yep.
Jack?
King Jack, Ace,
Like a
and
three.
Jack.
Wait, there's 2 jacks. Yeah.
There was 2 aces before there was 2 Jacks.
Yeah.
You know why sometimes we're not talking the entire time is because we want you to hear what's going on at the table. Because that's what it's all about. It's about the the camaraderie. It's about everything going on at the table. If you want to be like one of these gentlemen and be on one of our live stream tables, just let us know. We'll get you on one. I think it's the line to be on one of these live streaming tables after this one and after the first one we did the other night. I think it's going to be a long line of people.
So, and we're also, we've been, people have reached out and asked about just bringing their group of friends and doing the evening, like as a special event.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll get you set up. We'll put the production together. You come play a couple hours. And then on the office on Monday morning, you'll be like, look what I did to Joe. I smoked Joe in a poker game. You'll have that forever.
Yeah, and if you want to come out for a charity poker tournament, we have so many people that are asking right now about charity poker tournaments. We actually had one last Sunday, the Battle Rattle. We actually have another one coming up this Sunday, and that is the charity poker tournament for Damage Inc. Athletics 12 and a baseball team. It's fundraising for travel tournaments. More information, just go to our website, pbkennelclub.com. Another great charity tournament coming up this Sunday here at PBKC. Like SFLA Hawk, what is the delay? It's 15 minutes. And sometimes it'll be 30 minutes. 15 minutes is enough. 15 minutes, you know, we're talking 15 minutes late. And it's just sometimes you don't realize that, you know, you hear some yelling coming from a little ways over at the table, then we actually know what they're doing 15 minutes later. So.
I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, SFLA Hawk. What we're going to do is probably starting next week, we're going to have a list of when we're going to start doing these live tournaments and what the games are going to be so people can start signing up. So we'll definitely get more information as the time goes on. This is only our second live stream we've ever done, so we're still working on the plans and the schedule for when we're going to do these live streams. Of course, we're going to do one on Sunday, and that is for the main event of the Palm Beach Summer Classic. Jimmy Sommerfeld, poker executives are in town till Sunday, and this really is the place to be at PBKC.
Everyone at work actually took that bet with me straight up. They were like,
What do you mean?
no way LeBron's
I
going
bet
out.
with you. I took the Suns.
So what, did he not have AD? I didn't watch it.
AD
No,
came to
AD
play and was
Well,
on
AD
his
played
five
like
minutes.
Yeah, he played for like the first 3 minutes and then done.
So he was
No, game 5.
The doctor should
Game
have never
five.
cleared him.
That was game 5.
Talking
No,
about
he came back for the finals.
We're talking about the Phoenix LA Lakers.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, the last game.
He played like the first 3 minutes.
I don't think he played at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he
they
did. He
dressed
pulled
out.
his
He came out, he
Yeah.
played for about 4 or 5
Thank you.
minutes, I'm
But
pretty
yeah, a couple
sure.
plays, that's it.
And then that was it. He was done. And that's what they were talking about after the game. The doctor should never have cleared him to play. That's what everybody was saying.
That doctor probably got
Paulie, what's
He'll
up?
never get a job again.
Paulie, where's Straddle?
I mean, AD's always
I
hurt.
straddle.
Yeah, re-straddle.
Oh, that's funny.
I was waiting for it. What's the clock?
He already
Come
looked.
on, buddy. I got aces.
No lookage, 100.
Yeah, see, here's the thing,
Buddy, who
Pink's
got
Palace.
aces the last
We're on a
time we did that?
15-minute delay on the table. And that's the thing.
Okay,
If we are talking to you live, we could see your comments probably seconds after you put them on. The thing is that the table is actually 15 minutes ago. So the weirdest thing is there could be guys, you know, walking around that are on break or aren't in the game or use the restroom. And right now we're seeing them at the table. We can also see them walk by just because of the fact that right now we're on a 15-minute delay. Yeah, no, Pink's Palace, I'll be honest with you. Like, I still haven't wrapped my head around this 15-minute delay. It's going to take me a long time to absolutely figure it out. But what you're seeing at the table happened 15 minutes ago, but we're talking to you live right here.
It's on national TV.
Yeah, no, the donkeyness begins.
I wish I could just like walk up to the side and
Yeah, this is one of the first groups. Obviously, there was the final table on Sunday night for the $100,000 weekend multi-flight, but this is the first time we've ever had just a regular cash game that we've done live here on Twitch. Hope everybody that's in the game right now watches the replay and enjoys it.
You're lucky. I didn't throw it at 8-5.
Yeah, I can't let you do that shit, man. I almost thought I was gonna do it against the 100. You got me fucked up. Yeah, no. That was for the camera. Don't worry. I'll protect us from 7 dudes.
That's a whole new level of play that you have. Now you have the cameras. I'm doing it for the showmanship.
Of course.
I know.
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't see anybody, you know, there's going to be times on this show where we're going to have guys that are like acting different because they're on the camera, but I see a lot of people like acting naturally tonight. It just seems to me like a good group of guys that get together and play poker a couple times a week, and they just happen to be live streaming tonight.
No, and they fall into that pattern where they remember the camera's there sometimes, but then they can't help but be themselves at some point.
Of course.
Jerry can't help but talk about the paddock food because that's what he's thinking about.
Exactly. That's what we're all thinking about. I'm thinking about the paddock restaurant myself.
Nice. Tasty? Sweet. 60.
Steve doesn't play a lot of hands.
No.
$20.
Holla. 25. You'd be the man if you.
Let me run down the table. Seat 1 is Billy. Seat 2 is Vinny. Seat 3 is Josh. Seat 4 is Joe. And 5 is Jerry.
What's up, guys?
Seat 6 is Eddie. Seat 7, another Eddie. Seat 8 is Jack. Paulie's in seat 9, and Steve is in seat 10.
At least we got good reception now.
You tell when they first started on the table, not a lot of people were talking to that kind of stuff, but really, like you said, I feel like everybody's kind of really gotten comfortable.
Oh, what a bad card. Oh, he lost the minimum there, though, because Eddie made it flush. Josh made kings, and he lost the minimum, so you can't.
Yeah, I was like, what is Frog?
It's like, wait, what is happening?
He's showing you ace high.
Well, 6
Oh, you missed Frog trying to win with 7 deuce.
He got caught.
He got
Whoa, whoa. He got caught.
No, Frog did.
Yeah, you were dealt in there. No, he didn't win it.
Oh, he didn't win.
But you would have had to give him 100.
Open ship with middle pair, so
I shifted open ship middle pair, 8-9. Don't worry, I saved the fee, buddy.
Think about it for a second.
So I know we're commenting a lot on the hands and how the hands play out, but you also get an in-depth look at what they're thinking. They're talking about the play of the hand and what happened there and what they were thinking. What a great place to learn how to play and learn how to play well.
And the one thing we want most from this stream is we don't want it to all be about poker. We want you to feel comfortable. If you've never played poker or in an actual poker room before, to be able to sit here and watch this, enjoy it, maybe learn something. I'm learning something every night we do this. I'm no poker expert, that is for sure.
For sure.
For sure. I think
Absolutely.
everybody would agree that I am no poker expert.
You want to do 100?
No, you want to do 100?
Yeah, I'll do 100 blind.
All right, come on, let's go.
And now they're betting blind that like they can't get enough money, and they're like, you want to just put 100 without looking? Wait, why is he looking?
You said 100 blind.
That's not going to sit well with the fans.
With the fans.
They agreed to 100 blind, and there was a verbal agreement.
You know what?
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I don't like that, the way that played.
I said 100 blind.
First
I probably would have won. I would have bet blind the whole way.
Wow.
He's first on the list? Yeah.
Are we not trying to kill each other?
Greek sauce by some.
You never get over that.
I've never been so disgusted in my life.
Patrick Tiller is back as our dealer.
Mayonnaise with a spoon, like green
Mayonnaise with a spoon at the poker table. I'm looking
Oh,
for
talk of mayonnaise.
Wait, what?
We talked about mayonnaise a little bit earlier tonight.
We did. That did come up earlier.
Found out that Noah loves mayonnaise.
We ordered a bunch of chicken, like, I think it was a broth or whatever, and like, you get the sauces, and he just takes the
listen.
sauce, like, a la carte, just like, fucking, I was like,
He was eating out of a ladle.
You know, I got 11.
Out of a ladle, they said.
Well, I didn't want to bump people with him.
yeah, Billy was not handling that well, you're freaking out, what's going on
Next to
here?
him, he's eating mayonnaise off a fucking, out of a cup.
Mayonnaise out of a cup.
Do you go that far, Noah?
I haven't played with Bulldozer before.
Oh, man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just sitting here listening to the guys at the table. He's having a
I've never seen nothing like that.
great time playing for some big money.
We able to block viewers?
Great. It's not really like
Can't leave my man now.
Scuba Bet says there are more Noah insights where that came from. Wow. The more Noah's on these shows, the more we're going to learn about him, thanks to Scuba Bet.
And it'll be you and Adam.
Exactly. This might be Noah's first and last time on the show.
They love the cameras. They're talking about the cameras. It's a whole nother level.
It is.
So I believe that we actually simulcast this downstairs in the poker room. So the people downstairs are actually watching. So I wonder if Rodrigo knows. Wait,
Yeah.
there they are.
Rodriguez like, those are my friends. Oh, man.
That's stupid.
We gotta be good for the camp. We should do round of straddles.
Jack says round of
I mean,
straddles.
yeah,
Look, they're trying to kick this thing up.
Yeah, let's join in. There you go.
Button or under the gun?
Trying to
Like-
kick it up a notch.
They're
huh?
like, let's bring it to the next level. Maybe we'll stream all night.
Wow.
We do have to go home.
We do.
At some point. And these guys, they traditionally, they'll probably play till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't want to give that straddle the
But 6 a.m. comes early for me.
Well, we are drinking Mountain Dews right now. That might help us stay up, but we'll probably stay on till about 10 o'clock. So you got about 40 more minutes to listen to us banter back and forth. And
Look at our channel for replays,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat.
It is.
If you missed anything, you go back and watch any replays. Will be posted after we're finished here.
yeah, the one from Sunday, I know multiple people that watch it numerous
Close to
times.
1K views right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome.
This is content. This is unfiltered.
It is.
Content
Yeah.
of what is happening at the Palm Beach Country Club.
Yeah, we talked about doing this table. We talked about being able to hear the players, and that's what you're hearing right now. I hope you're hearing them well. We'll listen back. You let us know what you like and you don't like, and we will do our best to fix it.
Paulie makes it straight here. Jack takes a stab right in Paulie's face. Or no. Paulie, no, he made 7s and lays it down. I thought he made it straight. So Paulie makes 7s. Handsome Jack fires right at Paulie, and Paulie this time's like, you know what? I'll give you that one. And then congratulates him. See, that's the way he gives him knuckle bumps to Handsome Jack from Paulie, and
Someone's gonna actually flop like 2 pair with 7 deuce stack going and then get ready after.
No, if you stack somebody with it, you don't give it. You don't give it.
Yeah, you do. That's the whole point.
It's not fair.
You should have to like not have a pair. Like it's gotta be just dead nothing.
No.
Dead air.
It doesn't matter how the red out is.
so Jack underguns. So Jack's up to. Jack started with 2,500. He's up to 3.1K. So he's having an okay night when you compare him to Paulie, who Paulie's basically up 3,500. Has Billy at 4.3K now, but that's after Billy already came back for more. After Paulie smashed his stack.
Yeah, there's little things we're gonna work on for the next one. One of the things that J-Mart said was putting the seat number next to the people's name. We're gonna work on that for the next show. As time goes on, the show is gonna get better and better. Like we said before, this is only the second time we've ever streamed live.
No, it's only up from here.
Oh, it is. It's only going to get better from here. If we get worse from here, then we got real problems.
So when you go home, are you still gonna watch it?
They want to watch
So
it.
if you're gonna go home and stay
Take the
up,
under
you
on
stay
Jerry
here
being
and play.
able to figure out how to download Twitch.
Well, I heard it's taped, so I can see it anytime.
See? It's taped. See? Once again,
Yeah.
Mr. Walking Advertisement. Oh,
Yeah.
the stream is taped. Go ahead and watch it when you get home. I'm going to watch it when I get home. I'm going to eat paddock food,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to watch it when I get home.
I love
All
it.
in, the bet was 300 and he's all in for more now.
All right,
You got
here's
all
Joe's going all. Oh, Joe flopped a flush. Paulie can make a better flush if he could hit a club. Let's see what happens here. So the bet, it's 1.6K. Can he possibly risk his 1.6K, hoping for a club, and it may or may not be good. The pot is how big right now
3K.
in the pot?
3K. That's what it says.
Right, so that, counting the bet, 3K, 1.3. Oh, he does call, so he's going to need help. And he doesn't get it on the first, and he doesn't get it on the second, so Joe holds. It wasn't a terrible card for Paulie on a turn. He probably thought he was good when that card came.
He's losing, then he gets staked.
Poker Joker 305 says, wow.
Yeah. that would be a hard hand to get away from. And that's where those decisions come of, okay, I'm up 3.5K. Do I need to risk 2K to try to win another 2K? And now, after all this, Paulie's basically back to even.
I thought he had a club.
No,
I thought he had,
I really got it.
thought he had king club.
So you're the last one to do it.
You can restraddle if you want.
No, I always like button straddle.
Jack trying to egg on the action, saying, hey, straddle, restraddle, meaning there's a small blind, big blind, a third blind, and then go ahead and straddle and bet more without seeing your cards, and then somebody else could do the same. So we could call him Action Jack.
Yeah. Action Jackson. I love that movie too. Poker Joker and Elliot both said that there was an easy
Guys, a
fold.
lot of bullets there.
Guess he thought the guy had top pair or something.
King of clubs, I had a pair and a straight draw.
I figured when you
Which
asked
was
about
no
the
good.
ace.
Says, what are you talking about? Well, the parents.
Second up.
I was actually in a good flop.
What's up, Shocky? How you been? Save a little bit for this.
How many tables do you think we got in the cash games downstairs right now?
It's probably running. We have everything, any game anybody wants to play, from straight to 1-2 no limit, 2-5 no limit. This is one of the bigger games going right now. I know there was a bigger game this afternoon. I don't know if that game's still going. And obviously we have the Ultimate and 3-card running as well. Tournaments wrapping up right now, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. And then the weekend.
Oh God, it's crazy.
Weekend's gonna be great.
I don't even go through the first floor poker room on the weekends. Friday or Saturday, it is just it's so many people in there. They got bad beat jackpots right now, over 335,000.
They are excited for that. They're in first thing in the morning. Let's try to hit that jackpot.
335,000. Is there any way to go on a website or app to see how many games are running for the cash games? Do we have something like that?
He was grim and now
So
he's
no, but feel free to call the front desk.
Yeah.
They'll let you know if your game's available, whatever you're looking for. We don't post them directly. We are taking a look at that, and it may happen in the future. But truly, you could just call the front desk, and Cynthia or somebody will answer and let you know exactly if your game's going. But here at the Kennel Club, I don't know a time where you would come in and the game's not going.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of the best things about our room. We have games going. Your game is going. Come on in.
Yeah.
It's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, we left here on Sunday night. I thought to myself, like, oh, it's like almost 10 o'clock on Sunday night. There's going to be nobody downstairs, and there was probably, what, 10 or more tables going at that time. It always amazes me. Mama Moo said, put Venny in hearts. Venny's got a lot of fans here. Yo, Venny. The legend says, I have that answer.
The legend downstairs right now. He will give you the answer of how many games.
The legend. Wow. I drive from Boca a few times a week.
How does the legend get that little crown?
I don't know, Legend. What have you been doing, Legend?
Legend. I think it's something Twitch. If you're active enough,
Yeah.
I think you get some.
Well,
a crown.
Steffi has that too. Maybe
Okay.
they're sharing our stream.
Maybe they could weigh in and let us know. Amazon Prime.
Amazon.
Everybody has Amazon Prime, right?
That's it?
Oh, so link your Amazon Prime.
Wow.
You link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch,
See?
and it's actually with Twitch. You get free subs and stuff where you can subscribe to channels with Amazon Prime. Yes, that's correct.
That's awesome.
So if you have it already, just do a quick.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put something up to teach everybody how to do it. But pretty much everybody has Amazon Prime. I know at my house,
Oh, yeah.
Amazon is at my house multiple times a day delivering packages.
As many shipments as we get at my house from Amazon.
Right.
and
They
we
should give you 2 crowns.
Obviously have Amazon Prime, yeah. My kids don't even know what real water is. They think everything is Perrier
That is
water.
amazing.
I don't. I'm sorry. Like that's a habit my family cannot kick.
And Amazon delivers that?
Perrier water. Amazon delivers everything.
Try to get that on tap.
If I get home and there's not an Amazon box, I'm like, what's going on?
Something.
Which house is
Porch
it?
Pirates.
Exactly.
She was like, how did Billy fold there? me to show you the text, so we can't use their phone.
But I got like
That's the
7.
thing. When these guys look back, they're going to see what all the people on the stream and the chat have been saying.
Half the people watching are like Billy's buddies that are just trolling.
No, nothing but good things. Everybody looks back and enjoys it. All the feedback has been amazing. I'm excited to see the following that this thing's gonna gain over the next couple months. It's gonna be pretty fun stuff, and a crowd loves a crowd.
I mean, it's so cool. Like if you know, I had a friend or my brother or whoever was playing in a game and to be able to sit at home and watch them right now or watch them on my phone. You could be in an airport right now. You could be anywhere. You could be in the bathroom somewhere watching your friend play.
Another cool thing that I saw, our followers, even though we had the first stream, have created content on our Twitch channel.
Wow.
So if you're a follower, you could go on and take a clip of something you thought was super interesting and clip it and put it on as one of your favorite highlights.
Wow.
Super cool.
I had no idea that was possible.
So you guys can create content along with us and take your clips and make them highlights, and then people go and watch the highlights if they can't watch the whole entire show, which I thought was super cool.
I'd never heard of that. Like, I'm learning new things about Twitch, like, every time we do these shows, and that's awesome.
South Florida Hawk. Well,
The Hawk.
we know who that is. You want to weigh in?
Is it the Hawk?
It's the Hawk.
Okay.
You know?
The Hawk.
The Hawk, which would be
Hawk ends?
Hawk Inns.
Okay.
So he says, glad to see you started. I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's South Florida Hawk. That's got to be Hawkins. Well, we'll just throw this out there. Love him or hate him.
Yeah.
He's one heck of a poker player.
Oh, man. Great. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to bet against him in any game ever.
No.
When you sign up, you would be third.
He's actually the most circuit rings.
Wow.
World Series Poker circuit rings. It's not him. But anyway, Maurice Hawkins, the most circuit
You were
rings
there till the end.
in the history of the World Series of Poker,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah. I mean, this person might not be who Noah's talking about.
Yeah. Poker Joker says, I played Hawkins in the last 1,100-hour tournament. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see those players, especially
They
in the
are.
big event. We have our big
Yeah.
event this weekend. You're going to see some of those guys.
You'll see guys like Zen Kai and you know, Maurice Hawkins and others here. The
Raminator.
Raminator's going to be here. And so many other greats.
The players that have come through here, Chris Moneymaker, Jerry Yang multiple times. One of the coolest was the night when the comedian showed up.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
How cool is that? Kevin Hart rolls in. He's like, is there a game going?
You never know. I remember when Jacob posted that picture with Kevin Hart. It's unbelievable. I mean, you think about certain people, Kevin Hart's, whether I care for his movies or not, is an A-list celebrity. And the fact that he came in after a show and played poker right here at PBKC is an awesome thing.
Super. Rob Van Winkle.
Rob Van Winkle. Oh, yeah.
Vanilla Ice.
Mr. V. Ice.
Yeah, Dante Culpepper.
Dante Culpepper.
Mills Lane.
Mills Lane. I remember you saying
Mills
that. The famous
Lane.
boxing,
Referee.
famous boxing referee.
The most famous boxing
You have
referee. of all
no
time,
idea
Mills
who you're
Lane.
going to meet. Jamie Gold, that's what Pink's Palace said. Yeah, there's so many people you just never know. I mean, in this place in general, when I did an interview today with Jennifer from Sportview, she's been here for almost 30 years, and they actually filmed part of a movie here numerous times. But this is what I'm talking about. Is Donnie Brasco, and it had Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. You know, she just went downstairs one day, and Johnny Depp and Al Pacino were here. You just never know who you're going to see here. Never know. Bill Parcells is in here all the time.
So Edward Scissorhands was
Edward Scissorhands was here. He didn't have the scissor hands on,
Right.
but he was here. Wow. I don't think he was dressed as Captain Jack either, but he was here.
What's your favorite?
My favorite one, celebrity that's been here.
Yeah, all time.
There's some cool ones. A lot of the old baseball players used to come here, but if you look at some of the pictures from history, Leonard Nimoy used to come here. One of them that you might remember, Celine Dion, used to be a regular at the Paddock Restaurant.
Right.
You know, so
Her
many
husband
people,
was a big player in our
He
tournaments.
was.
Yeah.
So many people have come through here. Yeah, Poker Joker said it's the entertainment complex for a reason. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we're getting more entertained by the minute with this.
Oh, you mean if you want to ask my favorite person that ever came in here that I've actually spoken to is Pete Rose. Pete Rose used to be in here all the time.
Pete Rose.
I mean, like, I think Pete Rose was here at one point more than a lot of the employees, but he was, from what I remember, down to earth. You could talk to him, and you know,
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
Yep. The Hit King, yeah, Pete Rose. Oh, well, no, actually, you know, Pete was in here, I think, betting on the horses, maybe the dogs. I don't remember seeing him at a lot of
baseball.
Yeah, baseball. I mean, someday, hopefully.
Right.
Can you imagine, like, we can't promise anything. It's just talk right now. But there is a lot of talk about us getting sports betting.
So, right. So, everybody has probably seen something and wondering what's going on. So, that's about wrapped up. It's just a matter of the logistics and how it's going to unfold and how it's going to go. But we're looking forward to sports betting right here at PBKC.
Can only imagine. Billy looks to have a stranglehold on this hand right here. I stole that from Adam. Adam always says that.
That's strong. Stranglehold, yeah. But Paulie's not even going to get involved. Paulie. Oh, they asked. So you see the rabbit hunt. That's called rabbit hunting. So if you don't put the money in, and the guy says, let me see what would have came out, it's called rabbit hunting. So I think Paulie asked for the rabbits. The ace came, which would have made him a winner. So now what does that do to your head?
Oh,
Does it say, I should have put the money in, and now you're second guessing everything you do?
Of course you are.
As far as I'm concerned, keep the rabbits in the hole.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I don't need to go rabbit hunting.
Yeah. Scuba Vet said she's so excited with the prospect and the thought of sports betting here at PBKC. And one of the coolest things is, and Noah is a huge part of this, is we now have sports card memorabilia shows here the last Sunday of every month. We had one in the last Sunday of May, and oh my God, we couldn't even imagine the people that came through here. There might have been 1,000 new people that walked through the grandstand here. We have it right up here in the second floor poker room. We're having our next June the 27th, the last Sunday of each month. Come on out. Sports cards, memorabilia. There was Pokemon cards. There was, you know, old, you know, movie star signed pictures. Everything that you collect was right here. There's probably going to be comic books at the next one. Over 60 tables, and it's going to be a great time. You come out here. We have security here. We have free admission, air conditioning, food, drinks, anything you want. We did some live razzes last
Giveaways.
time.
We had some giveaways.
Oh, yeah, we gave away boxes of cards. This time we're going to try to do more live breaks. We did a live razz last time. Cindy dealt a hand of Texas Hold'em.
So the one guy, somebody bought a box that may or may not contain Tom Brady rookie cards. We didn't hear how he did.
Oh,
he
no.
paid $3,000 for the box.
Yeah.
The card could be worth up to $12,000 depending
Exactly.
on the condition it comes out of the box. But I'd be
Yeah.
interested to hear how he did. Hopefully we'll see him at the next show. Eddie has kings. Eddie doesn't play a lot of hands either.
No.
Eddie, well, there's two Eddies here. So
Which one is playing?
the Frog has kings?
Is it Frog?
No?
Frog or New Eddie?
Hold on.
Or
we're
both
gonna-
Eddies are in.
No, now Billy's in with nines.
This is all getting so confusing.
This is going to be a hand here.
Wow.
Josh mucks it. Oh, careful, not flash your cards there. All right, so the one Eddie folds. Okay, so now we know New Eddie has
Eddie.
kings.
I knew he got serious when he started.
They got the Eddies mixed up. I assume that the all-in isn't Eddie with Queen 8. It's Eddie with King King.
Okay.
So go ahead and let's go ahead and pretend that Eddie has King King because
Okay.
the wrong hand may or may not have been mucked here. So I think it's just going to be Billy and Eddie, and they are going to back up the action. Let's get those kings back. Just kings. So we're kings against nines.
Yeah.
And if you look at the hands, the 1-9's gone, so he's down to a 1% chance of getting the pot.
Wow.
I've seen stuff before, though.
No, of course.
Oh, he ended up mucking.
Yeah, Eddie, New Eddie's very calculating. Doesn't play a lot of hands.
New Eddie has not played a lot.
Gotta take the glasses off though.
Free hand thing.
Any ball.
But can you imagine? Okay, picture this.
Okay.
It's football season.
Yes.
Card show.
Yes.
Sports betting. Can you imagine how fun that's going to be in September and October and November and December when we have NFL football?
Super Bowl Sunday at the
Oh,
Palm Beach
God.
Kennel Club.
I'm already talking. I'm already trying to put in their ears Super Bowl Fest. Just like we did for Kentucky Derby Fest. If you were out here for Kentucky Derby Day,
You've been on a coin toss.
it was honestly the biggest day I've ever been a part of at PBKC. I mean, we had live bands outside in the parking lot, on the stage, on the track. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And I always say if because I don't want to promise people about sports betting, but if sports betting comes along, this is really going to be a destination. I mean, we already have a great poker room, as you can see on TV right now. You can bet on best horse and dog and simulcast from all over the country and the world right now. But if we get sports betting, it's just going to add to it, and you can't beat our location.
Steve somehow is involved. He is. Steve has.
Yeah.
Does he have cards still? He does. And
Everything's
yes,
getting really quiet.
Steve,
This is weird.
Steve was trying to make a play here.
I feel like they're listening to us or something.
They may
It's
be.
gotten really weird. All silence at the table.
Yeah, Vinny's like, that's enough. I got. Oh, Vinny hits a set and then bets out. I might have waited for one and try to see if somebody can maybe get somewhere.
See this one later.
But he made through the client. Oh. But he hits a card he wanted and he fires out. But he's maybe bet smaller, try to get something out. I don't know if he would have got anything out of him on that hand, but it was worth a shot, I guess.
Hit the follow button, and that's when
Smash
you're going to
it.
be alerted
Mash.
when we go live.
Yeah.
Smash it, mash it, whatever you want it. Whatever the cool kids are saying.
Yeah.
Not the cool kids that are in boxing exhibitions, but the cool kids that actually have pretty good content on YouTube and all these different places.
Yeah, I guess if we get enough followers, we can fight Mayweather.
Yeah, yeah, all of us.
That's what it seems like.
Every single one of
Right.
us.
It seems like you just get a bunch of followers, you fight the world champ.
That's I think that's honestly how it works.
She's up there. Cocktail! Thank you.
Vinny with the, is that a Naruto shirt?
I don't know. It's a really cool looking shirt. It's like it reminds me of Friday the movie
Right.
with Chris Tucker and Ice Cube.
What do we have?
We'll take a Fiji. For handsome Jack. One Fiji for handsome
Oh, boy, they got a hold of that name.
Yeah.
They got a hold of that name. didn't
Well,
they?
there it is, folks.
Handsome Jack.
You do know what that nickname's from, right?
What?
From the Borderlands. There's a game, Borderlands. There's a movie coming out, Borderlands, and there's the main character, the
Handsome
evil
Jack.
character is Handsome Jack.
Oh, wow.
So,
So you're saying this guy's evil or what?
no, but it just worked.
Yeah, no, I agree. It came out quick. I knew there had to be somebody named Handsome Jack. Steffi Mo says Dragon Ball. I guess
Yes.
she's talking. Yeah.
Dragon Ball. So, so I don't know how Joe got involved in his hand, and now he improved to a flush draw. Now he's got to put 500 more in, 400 more in, and he missed. So that'll be the end of that. He might call though with the ace high situation again. He might just try to pick him off. Yeah,
I want to say again, we really appreciate everybody who's watching right now. We're at 58 viewers right now at this moment watching.
Diamonds?
So many Sean's the nut everywhere. I wasn't dying.
Tiller is back to being the dealer now. I don't know how long ago he came to the table.
he's doing a good job.
Him and Gelrod have been handling the poker table all night. the way you could tell them apart.
Right. Their tattoos on their arms.
Their tattoos on both their arms. I don't know what.
And the
team-
hair?
The hair. I think you're gonna have to go with the hair on that.
No redraw. I couldn't push you off.
I don't. I usually see you with sleeves on. Did you ever go the tattooed arm route?
Not yet.
Not yet. Are you going?
That's
One
handsome
day.
Jack.
One day.
How are you?
Patrick has a
That is
crazy
like the best
tattoo.
porn star name ever, Handsome Jack.
Handsome
And-
Jack.
oh, well,
Oh,
now they're
Handsome-
putting a twist on the Handsome Jack
Oh,
nickname.
man.
Who said looks like Jack owns 93% of Apple?
They love it. They're having a good time.
They
That's
are.
what it's about.
That is what it's about. And I just love hearing them talk too.
200.
Uh-oh. He's got quite a hand here, Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack.
2 queens.
625.
Eddie does not call here. Maybe. That's why I don't play.
Yeah.
Eddie's just like, you know what, I'm in here. Let's get it in. Now I don't even know. You can't try to make a play here. Not against Jack. Let me see how much you got left, he says.
This is Frog and
This could be
Handsome
bad.
Jack.
He makes
Right?
Frog makes a play on Handsome Jack.
How did he get the nickname Frog, I wonder?
We'll have to ask them. Nope.
Good move from Eddie.
Yeah, just let it go.
They wear socks and advertise
I'd really love to continuously do tables with these guys. It seems like a good group of guys. None of them seem to be that full of themselves. None of them are going
No.
all out to try to
Right.
impress people, and it's just seems like a good group of guys.
BM DeSantis 8 says, tell Steve to stop being a nit.
A nit.
And that being a person who doesn't play a lot of hands, which
Yeah.
we've kind of commented on earlier. They want action. They want some action in it.
Yeah.
Get it in there, mix it up.
Yes, Steve, formerly known as Cowboy Steve.
Right.
He's been kind of
longer.
quiet.
I don't think he particularly liked the name Nitty Steve,
No.
so we won't go there.
No. The man formerly known as Cowboy Steve. He's not Cowboy Steve anymore.
I don't know, I'm supposed to bring the spade in.
You gotta put him on tilt.
295.
You get him losing a big hand, then he goes fucking nuts.
Oh, so there's the inside scoop. So they don't even know we're talking about Steve right now.
No.
They're talking about Steve, and what you got to do to get his money in is to get him tilted, to beat him with the worst hand, run him down, make him lose a little, and then he'll spew chips everywhere. So that's their plan right now.
It seems like all these guys obviously know each other very well. You
They
can
do.
tell this group plays together a lot. You don't see any animosity between anybody.
No, it's a gentleman's game.
Yeah, it is, very much so.
And ladies.
Maybe no gambling
Yeah.
next year round.
We had the one lady finish. What did she get? Third?
Third.
That was
Oh, no,
amazing.
fourth.
Fourth. That was a
I believe her
great
name was
run.
Diane. She
Diane.
actually tagged us on Twitter, too. She's a very nice lady. She's
No,
very
it's
classy,
very-
too.
We're in a big hand again. Jack,
Can I get the cappuccino?
what's it?
Like, I know it's not shut down.
I know the cappuccino machine's not shut down.
Wow.
Well, she gave me one last night.
Jack tried.
Like she didn't give a fuck.
Sorry, Cowboy Steve.
That was a big hand.
Good luck to Paulie, the PSAV. What is Steve's VPIP, 1%.
So Handsome Jack's trying to figure out what he did himself there. So I don't know what he was drawing to there, but he put a decent sum in, called Paulie's all in. I'm going to have to watch a replay myself there because I don't understand.
I don't know, there's at least 6 or 7 people that I asked to watch.
Well, they'd probably like to see you play hands, Steve.
Told you what I had for fucking 275 free. Big mouth. Almost smashed the turn and fucked everybody else.
I wish you would, because Vinny smashed her like a douche.
Again, by next week, we're probably going to have a list you could come in and fill out. We're going to try to do these games at least 3 to 4 times a week, and obviously if there's a big tournament in town like that we have right now with the Palm Beach Summer Classic, we're definitely going to be doing the main event on Sunday. That's a $200,000 guarantee. We got satellites tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. Also Friday and Saturday are A and B.
All right, we're going to
go for it.
We're going to get it. Thank you. We're going to get action here. Paulie with 5s. He's not laying down. Billy with 6s. He's probably not going to lay it down. Eddie with King Jack and Handsome Jack with Ace 3. Paulie flopped an open-ended straight. Comes right out firing. Oh, Billy flopped a set of 6s. Wow. This is gonna. Somebody's going busto
One of
here.
the better hands we've seen all night.
I think somebody's gonna go busto here. I don't see Paulie the way his style of play is gonna lay this down. I do not see it.
No.
Yeah. Looks like it. Wait, who you like in this game?
Phoenix by 5.
I like Phoenix.
And he can maybe could do it now. 1,300.
Go with Denver tonight. I'm going with Denver.
Paulie's already in for 4. It's another 9 to call.
Go with Yoshi.
1,000 to call.
14 total.
It's really if, what's his name doesn't go to 9.
1,400 total.
I mean, it looks like Crowder's hit a 3.
No, what's his name? The dude
It's
with the
hard.
braids?
It's hard because what hands can you can put them on aces and you still think they're good, but
Yeah,
it's
whether or not
definitely
he
a
does
bust
good or
alert.
not.
South Florida.
Who are you talking about?
Oh,
Booker?
it's somebody's.
No,
Yeah, here it comes.
Nuggets.
Not yet.
No, they
Dude
don't
with
have
the braid. What's his name?
I think if you go there, you
Number 50,
maybe
yeah.
fire your whole stack in, and
He's on the,
I guess. But now,
Clarkson,
now
right?
they peel a card, and if you miss now what do you do? I guess you're putting it in anyway. So maybe he peels it, fires all in, and sees, and we'll see what happens. Which I guess, no matter what card comes here, I think Paulie pushes his whole stack in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's up to him if he's good.
But again, I don't pretend to be a professional.
No. Me neither.
Yeah, I like
Listening
Right.
to Noah.
You want Denver?
All right,
Card
now here
director.
it comes. I think it's coming. No, he checks. Nah.
I do it every day.
Yeah, he's one guy.
It's a bad spot to be calling. If you're gonna call, then bet. That's my opinion.
You're plus
Like if you already know that you're committed because you're trying to make it straight and you got a pair of 5s that you might hang on,
Yeah.
I think you might want to get aggressive. Now you're calling. You only have one way to win.
It might be 5.5.
He's calling.
Paulie's got 4
There it
outs.
is. Paulie does call,
Jerry the half.
and he's in bad shape right now.
Just give Jerry the half. No, it is 5.5 though. 5.5.
And he missed.
5.5.
That's a big pot for Billy. Billy's gotten. And Paulie's like, you know what? Great hand. Take this. 9.4K pot. Wow.
all the time.
That's it's the same thing Elliot said. Wow.
Is there black over there you got?
He's like, you got more chips? He's like, yeah, let me get some more chips.
It's
So what he's doing here is he's paying him, but what he's going to do is he's going to buy black chips, pay the bet, and basically get back in the game by keeping the green instead of moving all the green over there and doing a whole change thing. So they'll go ahead, they're going to make a transaction, get him black chips, and move forward.
Yep. Like Hawk said, rebuy.
take it 3,100 out.
So that was the pot of the night.
It was.
9.7K. A couple jet skis,
Couple jet skis. That's it.
right? What's a jet ski run nowadays?
5, 10.
5, okay. One really nice jet ski. Fired in there. And
You know who really likes to ride jet skis? A guy from Tiger King.
he does.
We talked about him the other day. God. Oh man, God, I hated that guy.
Yeah, that was a good pot.
It was.
That was a good pot. And it's all relative. You know, these guys like to play. They find a level that they're comfortable at and they want to play at. But obviously we have games that suit anybody's needs, small games, big games. I've never been involved in a 9.7K pot.
No.
No.
Not
No. Maybe dealing it, but
maybe dealing it. Yeah.
largest pot I ever seen here, 90K.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's been bigger. I've heard of bigger, but the only biggest one I've seen first.
When I first started working in here, the first thing we had is the card player poker tour that began on January 1st, and I learned quickly how this poker room works. And you told me I was big family and that kind of stuff, and everybody pitches in until it was like the second or third day of that tournament, and you were dealing, and you were on that table for like 2 or 3 straight hours. That's when I'm like, okay, I'm in the right place. We all work together, and it's all to make this place as great as we can.
Right. We could have you dealing this game next week. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to go terribly, but
Jerry. Your nickname should be Jerry Springer.
He's quick.
He is
quick.
Jerry, the new spokesperson for the Paddock Restaurant.
He is quick.
Yep, he sure is.
No, I always said yes. He won a lot.
Yeah, because it was always, you always said yes.
I was in country number the beginners, buddy.
SK Cuss 04 says I'm ready for this.
I
game
thought
to
it just
begin."
heated up with a 10K pot.
That was
That was pretty
definitely
hot.
It was. That was easily the biggest hand of the night.
Red or black, or you just go
I was a good guy, man. I was a fan of
You're a fan of
I'd like the show, hit the follow button to be alerted when we go live.
Smash the follow.
Smash it, crash it, whatever you have to do.
Just make sure you follow.
Oh, he's got a nice truck.
some days.
50.
If I can afford it next week, if I can afford it next week, I'll be driving.
You can afford it
Call.
after today.
Call.
So new Eddie put his sunglasses on now.
He did. He's had them on for a while.
They should write a song about that.
New Eddie.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good song.
Yeah, and the lights are bright there. 'Cause
They
it's a
are.
stage
No, I'll
set,
be
so,
honest with you.
yeah.
Like,
You can go with the eye paint underneath your eye.
see,
Like Tom
now
Brady.
I want to see that.
Right.
I
Just
really
keep
want
the
to see
light
that.
out of your eyes. You could do that too.
No, it is very bright where they're playing because we have the lights. It's an actual studio set. Cameras all over the place. If you haven't seen our live streaming table and final table, come out and see it. 1111 North Congress Avenue, West Palm Beach, right across the street from the Palm Beach International Airport. More information, go to our website, pbkennelclub.com.
Try to get up here tomorrow for those super satellites. $70 getting them made.
Awesome. Satellites
50
the next 3
guaranteed
days.
seats. 50,000
Awesome.
guaranteed. That is.
And then Friday and Saturday, the no juice donkeys.
To get in as well.
So many opportunities and so many chances to get into the main event in the next 3 days here at PBKC.
Oh, Steve. Oh, look.
There it is.
Me and Billy were already talking.
Paulie does not like the way that unfolded.
Me and Billy were over here. We had the 100 in our hand. I swear to
Steve
God.
doesn't play anything, and he just bluffed him off with 7 deuce. Why'd he let it happen, they say?
Man, that is Steve, who
Jack was just gonna
we
cram
thought liked the Cowboys, but doesn't like to be called Cowboy Steve.
Wow. 7 deuce Steve.
Awesome. 7 Deuce Steve. I wonder if he'd like that nickname.
I knew too. That's what me and Billy got our chips ready because he should. I was like, dude, definitely not doing it. Yeah, you didn't know why I was doing it.
I thought you were betting on the hand.
Josh didn't know why I was showing him 100. I was showing him way before.
I thought they had a sign
It's hard. It's just my poker knowledge.
So there might be a play for next time we stream these guys. Let them warm up for 2 hours and get the chips all over the place.
That's what I'm saying.
Monster stacks
Started
of
off
chips.
real slow tonight.
That's what he does. He goes Jack high and loses with the deuce.
Hawk once answers the question of why he 3-bet with. Yep, that's for sure.
That does answer that question.
You knew he had 7 deuce.
No, I didn't, but I knew he was weak, bro.
Steve, who's played a lot of hands tonight, jumped
As
in
we
there.
mash $500 in the middle, I'll be like, I am not going to be subject to Steve's abuse of 7 deuce.
450, guys. 450.
Now he's rubbing his head.
150.
You both lose if either of you call it.
Two callers. There's no way he wins.
The post Chick-fil-A play. That's what
Yeah,
Scuba Bet says.
I was so happy that both of them called you because I was like, now he's not getting it.
Here we go.
I stayed on my mind if I got called on it.
Hey, we got a big pot here. King Jack versus Ace Jack. Handsome Jack versus Paulie.
It's going to be good, folks. Hold on to your seats.
Oh my God. Oh,
Vinny whispered it to me.
he's going to try to run him off here. Oh, Jack's just being nice now. And then Paulie's like, no, we're not being nice. And now Jack's just going to take his few hundred here. Oh my Lord. So wait, Paulie just spiked the gut shot straight after Jack was just smooth calling. Watch this. Oops.
Wow.
Handsome Jack. He got runner, run down.
Damn.
That was awesome.
That was Handsome Jack's not going to like this on
See,
the replay.
Nothing worse than a poker player scorned where they're just firing their money and trying to get right. And that's basically what happened there. Paulie's like, I had enough of this. I'm calling with everything.
Exactly.
I got lucky. Give me the money. Now he's got chips in it.
All right.
We want the same results.
I wish somebody would get it every game. That'd be great.
He's either got the nuts or he's got 7 digits.
Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed watching tonight. Live stream right here from PBKC, 1111 North Congress Avenue, right across the street from the airport. Hope to do some more live shows. Of course, we're going to do one for sure on Sunday for the main event of the Palm Beach Summer Classic. Look for more live shows on Friday and possibly Saturday, too. And if you want to join our live shows, we're going to have a sign-up sheet starting next week for those. Hope everybody had a great night. Thank you to everybody who watched and made this another great live streaming show on Twitch. My name is Mike Jameson. The other co-host was the great Noah Carbone. We hope you've had a great night here at PBKC. Good night.
You knew it.
As soon as Vinny looked at me,